Live from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster, Matt Koza. Co-host and creative genius, Josh Perry. Co-host and interviewer extraordinaire, Ann Lazito. Co-host and marketing mogul, Aaron Murphy. With appearances from special guest, Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We are coming to you live here from our studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you a premiere episode of a Twitch Plays. We'll get into that in just a second, though, because first, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
And this is Twist Gaming, the interactive board game stream where you guys get to play board games with us. And tonight we are doing a Twitch Plays of Aeon Trespass Odyssey, which is currently killing it right now on the Kickstarter.
Aeon Odyssey Trespass.
What?
I think you
Aeon's Odyssey Trespass.
No,
Aeon's
it's Aeon
Trespass Odyssey?
Trespass.
No, I'm
Trespass
looking at it right
Odyssey.
there on the screen.
I messed it up.
It's just...
Thank you for correcting me for my correctness.
You're welcome.
Anyways, Aeon Trespass Odyssey. This is a Twitch Plays tonight. For those of you that are just joining our stream here, a Twitch Plays is an interactive type of stream where you all at home will be controlling one of the characters by making decisions, by either blurting them out in chat. You can vote in polls that Josh will put up like we had in the pre-stream to determine what level of the, I don't want to say monster, what is it?
Primordial.
What level Primordial that we are going to face. And most importantly, rolling dice with us. So I'm going to give you all an example of that. So when we need some dice to be rolled, I'm going to say, hey, everyone at home, roll some dice. So you're going to roll some dice, and I'm going to put a request like that into chat, !request 3d10. You all can roll by either downloading that extension and clicking the roll button, or typing in !roll. The little timer is going to go through at the top. It's going to randomly select 3 dice from the pool of people that have rolled, and just like that, we've got our roll for everyone playing at home.
So you just did the KDM dice?
Nope.
Just did D10s. This
D10s.
game uses D10s.
Oh, okay. Did you do the dice for these?
They're in there too.
They're right here, so I could also request a
do
red
those
and a
ones.
black die. So if I do that, see that's 1 Dato red and 1 Dato black.
They figured out that your last name means goat, and it makes me so happy that somebody else now knows this.
I'm trying to ignore that in chat right now. Anyways, but you can see that you've got those dice, and Josh actually programmed it for little pictures to come up, so you can see exactly what is rolled there. So really cool. Yes, it means greatest of all time. Thank you. You guys. I'm on. You can start.
So the reason I wanted for you to roll these dice was these die were specifically to show off that not only do you guys have the opportunity to roll the D10, but it's already programmed in that you can roll the die that are specific to this game.
Yeah, so we customize it to make it all the more immersive for you all. So because this is our premiere episode of Twitch Plays Aeon Trespass Odyssey, or as Anne likes to call it, Aeon Odyssey Trespass, we're going to teach you guys how to play because I have no idea how to play myself. So I know Anne and Josh have both previously played this game, at least the intro fight here, and I heard Anne got disemboweled not once, but twice.
In a row.
So bad.
So winner, chicken dinner. But let's just get right into the meat and potatoes of things here. So Josh, what kind of game is Aeon Trespass Odyssey?
Everyone's been comparing it a lot to KDM. At least the battle aspect is it's a monster fight with an AI hit location deck. Mm-hmm. They use a couple different terms, but the fights escalate over. Unlike KDM, where the monster gets weaker during the fight, the monster is going to get tougher and harder over the fight, and we're also going to hit harder and tougher as the fight progresses. So we have 3 stats that our Titans have. So we control 30-foot organic mech Titans, and we have 3 traits. We have our Rage. Our Rage is going to go up every time we attack. If we ever go over 9 Rage, our characters go crazy and run away, or the Titan runs away out of our control.
They've had enough of this.
They had enough and they leave.
Yeah.
Fate is a mechanic you can use. You can gain 1 Fate to reroll a die, and there's some special abilities that you use Fate to do it. If you go over 9 Fate, you're going to draw a special card that probably isn't really good for you. I haven't looked at them at all, so we'll find out what happens. And then last up is danger.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Danger. So danger, what happens is that increases as you get hit. You're going to be drawing trauma cards, which aren't really good. You could die. You can get different
I mean,
things.
for the most part, traumas are not good things.
You get disemboweled twice. It's just, things that could happen.
And if you go over 9+, you go to a Oblo card?
Obol
card?
What?
It's Obol. ABOL.
That's one.
And it's a 50-50 chance if you die or if you live. So
Yes.
Okay. So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
So we're trying to keep all these resources. We want them high because we hit harder when they're higher, but we don't want to get them too high because then we die.
Gotcha. And the setting of this is kind of Grecian. So Titans, we got these really awesome Greek names that we're going to struggle to pronounce.
It's got some. It's the story-wise. It's the Greek gods have died, I believe, or have gone away. They've been killed.
So the Titans take over.
So we've been fighting as Titans and stuff like that, and there's a whole story in there. It's kind of a steampunky kind of thing, and we'll kind of see the story as it goes.
Didn't the Titans come before the gods?
I don't know my Greek mythology that well.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I thought
Zeus is
so.
the son of a Titan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm bad
So
with that.
if you guys are also playing you guys are playing as a Titan. We showed this off in the pre-stream, but we should show it off now in the stream as well as we get into discussing the components of your player board. So if you click on the link there, you'll see all of the gear setups for each of us, as well as the Twitch gear setup for Solon and Circegard. So we talked a little bit about what this game is. I think maybe we should go over a little bit of how to read.
Yep, let's
our
go
stuff?
over our individual player boards here. We'll talk about the stuff that we're seeing on it symbology-wise and how we can use that throughout the game. So let's start out. I guess we'll start with my character then, Josh?
Sure.
So should I show off my character or my Titan first?
You can show off your character real quick.
Okay, so Josh, which character is this?
Telebacchus.
I'll give you that one. Telebacchus, yeah, sure. Okay, so pretty simple here. It just has one number here, so endurance 1.
Yeah. So it's one of your traits is endurance. You have endurance 1. So if you have to do an endurance skill check, you add +1 to it.
Okay.
For the back of the card, there is a little bit of story about the character, I believe.
The always jovial Telebacchus is the heart of the crew and serves as an intermediary between the mere mortals and the awakened Argonauts. Yeah, that's me. 100%. Thank you for giving that one to me. He's also the only one who truly enjoys linking with his Titan, which he finds enlightening and uplifting.
It's funny because Bacchus is the god of wine and festival. Telebacchus.
Oh, yes, he is. The god of wine and the other word I can't say.
That one.
Yeah, this is me. Cool.
That man is a beard challenging me.
Yeah. So, and as we said, we are these Argonauts that are piloting these organic mechs, Titans, if you will. So my Titan, we've all got unique Titans as well. So I have Philoctera. So all of the Titans have similar looking boards here.
Yes.
So on the top, you'll see that is your movement stat. So I have 5 movement. And is movement orthogonal or diagonal, Josh?
Just like KDM, it's orthogonal. I can't even say it.
2.
It's 2.
Orthogonal. So then that is going to be the what kind of die is that called?
I don't know.
Slashy die?
Yeah, slashy die.
It's the red slashy die. There's red and black die that are going to modify the...
They make your power pool.
Thank you. So it's basically your base stat there. And so we all have the rush ability. So this means at alpha 2+, so if our alpha is 2 or higher, it unlocks that ability.
Alpha is danger.
Thank you. So at danger 2+, you can spend your movement and activation. So you have 2 things going on in your turn. You have a movement step and you have an activation step.
Yep.
So movement, you can't split up your movement. You have to take it all at once. You can't move some spaces and then take an action and then move the rest of your spaces. This is you spend both of them together and then you rush. So gain 1 fate.
To move at least 3 spaces and attack, you get +1 movement. So you would have a max of 6 movement here.
Minimum of 3.
Minimum of 3. You'd also get an additional red die to go toward your power pool. And when you did alpha 2+, it's important to note that for this rush and your unique expose ability, this means that in order to utilize this ability, your danger must already be at 2 or higher.
Okay, gotcha. And I believe it's exposed because there's no accent over it.
It's just really small. You can't see it.
So I've also got the expose ability, so that is when my danger is 4 or higher, I can actively expose myself. And when you grant either a
Opening or a break.
opening or break, thank you, you gain 1 fate and grant 2 additional tokens of the same type. So
That's
you can
cool.
plant 3 tokens, and we'll get into what that
pool.
means in just a minute here. That's the pool for that. So up on the top right, this is going to be linked with how much danger you have on your dial here.
There's a name for it. The bottom one is called. Oh, there it is. It's just the danger table. The bottom, the red one's called the Knossos table.
So you've got the danger table here. So 1 through 3 on your danger dial, you draw from the first pile, 4 through 6 the second, 7 through 9 the third, and then finally the Knossos pile is 10 plus. They get progressively worse as you go.
Yes, and promise this will make more sense as we continue to explain in the game.
And then finally moving on up here. So we've got this
Knossos table.
Knossos table down here.
I was finding it.
That ties to your rage, and depending on what your rage is, you get extra benefits. And we'll kind of go into that more as we hit that table during the gameplay.
Yep.
As it's easier to explain as you're playing.
Yep. All right, so that is my character. I've got some items as well because in the pre-stream, a couple things happened. So for those of you that are coming over from the Kickstarter, there was a slight challenge issue to us that said if we take on a Fists of Fury Primordial and we succeed, then something additional will be added to said Kickstarter.
Are we fighting the? Are we doing the fists of whatever with weapons, or do we have to get rid of the weapons?
No,
and do
We're
it?
doing it with the weapon.
Oh,
It says
okay.
to spice things up, we'll give them weapons so they have a chance.
Yeah, otherwise we would not have a chance.
Okay.
Yeah. But because of that, we issued a poll in the beginning. So for those of you that are here in the pre-stream, you all voted, and of course you chose the hardest thing possible. And so we have some weapons added. So I've got my.
So just let everyone know, for the gear I got was I matched what the minis have.
Oh, okay.
So these are the gear the minis have. I didn't really do anything strategic. I just grabbed what they have.
So they match the Titans.
Yeah, they match the Titans.
Yeah. So I've got my sail spolis. So I've got a skirt made of a ship sail. And so this gives me +1 evasion, and we'll go over how that works a little bit later. But then I can discard to ignore a drawn trauma card without resolving its effect. So if I draw a trauma and I'm like, wow, this stinks, I don't want to deal with this, I take my skirt off and I'm fine.
Yep. You strip down. So, and if you had that, you wouldn't get disemboweled. You'd be like, oh, no, I'm just going to get naked.
So weird.
All right, so then I've got my makesheath because, well, I'm going to actually do this in the other order here. So my weapon that I've got is I've got a ballista gun. So because I'm a 30-foot Titan, I can't just have a crossbow. I've got a ballista. So a scorpion, if you will.
That's the mini that they're matching, and that's the weapon
Yeah.
right there. So I think it's cool on the weapon, especially with the quiver.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. So the makeup of the weapon card here, so this top left is going to be the number of dice that you roll when you
D10s
are making
you roll
your
to
attack.
attack.
Yeah. So 1 in this instance. And I apologize if it's a little hard to read because it's green. This number in the top right +2, that's your accuracy. So that's the modifier. The Primordial is going to have a certain accuracy threshold that you have to meet or beat in order to effectively hit them.
Yes.
This is a plus on our end, which means that it's going to reduce the number that we need to roll on the die in order to hit the monster, or the Primordial. And then at the bottom here, it is the damage dice that you roll, or I'm sorry, what's the...
In addition to the power pool.
So what's
the name of the die?
I don't have a name for the die.
the name
Icons
of the
break.
symbol? Break. Okay, so I'm assuming it's the break die.
Knossos dice.
Knossos dice?
There we go.
Cool.
And that's why it's the Knossos table? Okay, well, we're...
Okay, so you roll a black Knossos die +1, and I'm assuming that +1 is +1 break. And so the Knossos dice, red are a little bit weaker, black are a little bit stronger.
Or is it you add 1 black die to the
No, it
Knossos
would
die?
have multiple black dice on it then.
All right, and then some restrictions on the weapon. So this is ranged 4 through 6. So I have to be between 4 and 6 spaces
That's
away from the monster or Primordial in order to use this weapon. And then I also have the ability where I can pay 1 fate, so increase my fate by 1 on my dial, and exhaust this card, boop, to attack. And you unexhaust your card on your turn during your activate step.
1 more point on that card?
Yes.
With your activate step, not during your activate step. So
Potato.
you can't attack.
Yeah, potato, tomato.
Top left corner, you see the hand with the 1 shaker weight.
Yes.
It means it's a one-handed weapon.
It
so
looks like the hand on the hilt of a sword.
Okay, it looks like a dumbbell to me, and it looks like a little baby one, so I think it's like the shake weight. But that means that it is a one-handed weapon. You will see a different icon for two-handed weapons.
I'm assuming it'll have 2 hands.
Maybe, who knows?
And then my make sheath, which is a chariot that I've got strapped to my back, which is holding my giant crossbow arrows. And this is when you're about to exhaust a ranged weapon, pay 1 fate to exhaust the make sheath instead. So I can, instead of exhausting the crossbow and having to spend my activate next turn to unexhaust it, I can do that with my make sheath instead.
And I think it's so cool the fact that the quiver for the Titan, it just really reinforces the size of these creatures.
Yeah.
Is a chariot. And they did the same thing with the art on the mini.
Yeah, it really makes you quiver over the size of them.
And you're fired.
All right, so that is everything on my character. That we still have the fists as well, though, right?
Yeah.
Josh? So we all have the fists that we can resort to. So we could always resort to our fisticuffs. So we roll 2d10s plus 0 accuracy and a red Kratos die for that, and that's pretty simplistic there.
Now that we've gone over...
Sorry, chat was asked a question. Are there bonuses for gear combinations? Not that we've seen yet.
Now that we've gone over your
anatomy
full
of the
set, we should go over Twist set and focus on the unique things that you guys need to know, and we should go over them carefully, slowly.
So you're Argonaut. You're playing a Circegard. So she looks Bamf, and she has 1 wisdom, so that's her trait that you have to worry about there. So getting into your...
What's your story? We got to hear your lame story.
I mean, it was better.
Oh, okay.
Circegard does not remember how she lost an eye. Strangely, she does not harbor resentment, as if she deserved it. Calm and collected, she was anointed by the Outcast Council to lead the Argo after her stand against the Hermesian pursuer. Many feel she lacks the empathy to lead the crew, while others argue that a cold and calculated approach is exactly what the Argo needs in these dark times. As for Circegard, she spends more and more time linking with her Titan. In its mind's eye, she's found a spark. Cool.
A bug bit us.
So she's the captain?
Yeah. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Oh,
That's
God.
what they have
Twitch
in
is the
French.
captain?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So your mech that you're piloting is Solon? Solon? Solon?
Solon?
Solon like colon. So you're going to have 5 movement and a base red Kratos die. So same there. Are these tables identical?
They're all
The tables are
yes.
identical,
Okay,
yeah.
you have the rush ability, which is the same on yours, but then you have the shatter fist ability, which is activated at danger 8+, so you have to be pretty danger to use it. But when you attack, you may gain a danger to gain +1
Break.
So potentially doing more damage there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can only use it when you have 8 damage, you take a damage. So it's like a one-time use ability.
But you're already at 8 or more, and once you hit 9 is when you have issues come up.
All right, so let's go over their gear. So they also have the fists.
So
of
let's go,
course.
yeah, the fists. But let's go over these ones slowly so that everybody knows in case they don't get to see their gear guard.
They've got the sail spola, so they've got their sail skirt also, +1 evasion, same as mine.
And to remove for the trauma.
Yeah, you get naked to take a trauma away. And then you've got the Great Tree Club. So this is going to be 1d10 to attack, +1 accuracy, black Kratos die +1 for your damage, and then break 1, pushback 1, and then exhaust to attack. So what that means is when you get a free break on this?
You get a free break and a free pushback.
And a free pushback. So pushback is you push the Primordial backwards away from you directly by 1 space, but you follow it.
Yeah.
So you go with it.
So it's not knockback, it is pushback, so you are physically pushing it back. So then you can exhaust this to attack. So does that mean you get to exhaust it to make another attack?
Yep, just like your thing. But again, you have to use your next activation to unexhaust it. Question, what's trauma? So when you take an injury, you're going to draw a trauma card, and we'll kind of show that off as we do it, because we'll be drawing lots of them.
Yes.
So
That's the 2 shaker weights.
2 hands
2 hands.
on 2 hilts.
There you go.
Or technically it's 1 hand, 2 hands joined at the wrist together.
Maybe it's 1 hand, and it just looks like this.
Maybe. So that is all of Twitch's gear and stuff right there. So high level, do you want to go over your stuff, Anne?
Sure, we can go over quick with Penelope, and then we'll just go over that special 1 in a million ability and her special weapon.
I think it's called Phenelope.
Penelope?
Yeah, Phenelope.
Like cantaloupe and a pineapple?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got Will 1. Do you want to read your story?
Aloof Penelope is as deadly as she is beautiful. With a natural affinity for all things Machina, she shares her time between the battlefield and the Last Academy. Lost Academy? Last. Where she helps decipher the foe's scriptures. Her fair complexion and gentle features betray a foreign heritage. Some even say she resembles the Silver People, though only the Atlanteans could verify these bold claims, and they sleep in their watery graves. That's interesting.
All right.
You're a nerd.
Nerd.
That's about right.
So you've got the long-mast spear. So you've got the mast of the ship fashioned into a spear. So that's pretty cool. So your weapon is 2 speed, 2 d10s. Was there?
Attack die. Go ahead.
Is it 2 attack? I'm just looking for the terminology.
Yeah, attack
here.
die.
2 attack die, plus 2 accuracy, and a red Kratos die. So you don't have a lot of damage that you're doing, but you got reach 2.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And then your actual
Special ability on that table is 1 in a million. So my 8+ danger ability, when I'm about to reveal the top BP's body part card, if you've watched Arcadium stream, that is akin to a heat location. Gain 1 danger to choose any card from the deck instead. So similar to Solon's, I can take a danger and then I get to choose a different body part card.
All right, and then Josh, let's see your stuff over there.
Can Josh read his story?
No. So Josh is playing as Odys 0. So you got Courage 1, and his oh boy.
Ooh.
Odys 0 was the last to wake up of the original 4. He's impulsive, nonchalant, and overly brave or stupid.
It's Josh!
Many call him the Never Captain,
Oh my
for
God.
he wanted to lead the Argonauts, only for that honor to fall to Circegard. Lately, Odys 0 sleeps uneasily. Terrible dreams haunt him. Visions of the 0-point entity and its arrival in the skies above Alexandria. The blinding flash that sears the disappointed city skyline. Is it Scars? Or Sears? It's hard.
Sears.
Sears. The disappearing city skyline deep into his retinas. Those dreams are becoming more intense. A voice accompanies them. Now it whispers, "Follow the light of the Pharos." All right.
This is so good.
So you have the Siren Blade. So 1 attack die, plus 1 accuracy, 2 red Kratos die, plus 1. And you've got Back Away 2. What's Back Away 2, Josh?
I believe after my attack, I can move 2 spaces away.
Oh, cool. So it's like a retreat ability there. And then for in-game, so far I don't believe there's a different. Is there a difference between lowercase?
No,
No,
I
they're the
think that
same.
in the rulebook and in some of the instructions, the uppercase alpha is used, and just on the Triskelion thing that you'll see the lowercase alpha used.
So then Josh also has the shield. So he's playing sword and board right here.
But look at what the shield
But
is.
the shield is half the boat, which is pretty awesome. So actually you can attack with this one as well then.
Yep.
So that's 1 attack die, 0 accuracy, 1 red Kratos die. You get 1 evasion for this, and then critical evade, knockback 2. So what does that mean, Josh?
So critical evade is if you evade on all the dice you have to roll. Yep. It's considered a critical evade, and then I can do knockback 2.
So you push the Primordial 2 away from you.
Yep.
Cool.
And they fall down.
So it's like a shield
They don't
bash
fall down.
almost.
They just
Oh, that's knockback and knockdown. The other thing, you talk about critical evade. There's also critical hit. That's when you hit on all of your die. Right now, the critical evade and the critical hit don't do anything in and of themselves unless there's something like a card that says there's a special
believe
ability.
it's perfect hit, and then critical hit is if you roll a natural 10. Gives you a chance to do a critical. You don't. They don't all need to be 10s.
And then Josh has the Taunt ability, which is when your danger is 4+. You can taunt to gain 2 fate to move the Primordial red Kratos die spaces in your direction. So you pull them towards you. I'm assuming it's the number of breaks that you get on that? Okay.
So 1 of the 2. 0 to 2 breaks.
When you roll that, do you sing the Kit Kat song?
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
All right, so we've gone over everyone's gear and their setups. What else do we need to begin, Josh?
We need to do the intro story.
Okay.
So you wanna?
Oh, I have the button to press?
Yeah, you have
on
the
my
button
end?
press.
Hey now.
So,
So
mute us
I-
and hit video.
Mute us and hit video. Oh, okay, cool.
Arise. For a long while, there was nothing. Then, excruciating pain. You awakened to the cold embrace of the old priest's wiry hands. His wrinkled face an unsung epic unto itself. His tired but fiery eyes telling you that epic is not quite finished. Awaken, dreamer. There is need. You are rushed through the half-lit corridors, sandals clanging on the metal floor. Hurried shouts cheering you on. You enter a giant round room the priest called the Union Balanion. Green liquid pours from bronze pipes and into a large pool in the middle. Long, thick roots hang from the ceiling. each tipped with a metal spike. Is there a tree, you wonder absent-mindedly? The old priest does not waste time. Hecaton comes. It crawled onto the ship when we entered the shallows. We are the flame it wants to extinguish. Let it not. Dive in the pool, O Argonaut, and dream the dream of power. Though you have many questions, you recognize the immediacy of the old man's plea. You submerge into the emerald waters. The liquid is warm and soothing. Suddenly you feel elated and terrified. As another consciousness makes its presence known, you start to lose your sense of self. You feel that other more palpably now, simple and unrefined, raw and primal, tremendous power of a titan. How do I control it? Learn through
Well, whoopsie, it got cut off there. I'm going to blame Josh for that one. So it was supposed to be, learn through struggle. The last words of the priest are drowned by the mighty bellowing roar of the Hecaton. Oh, that's why we couldn't hear it. The mighty bellowing roar of the Hecaton
Obviously.
drowned it out. That's what it was.
And we're deaf
Yeah.
because of the how loud it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm glad we cleared that up. So where do we go from here, Josh? Tutorial 1, Argonauts and the Titans?
Yep.
So remember, you play as Argonauts controlling Titans, not the Titans themselves. Think of this as being at the steering wheel of a 30-foot-tall organic mech. This is why you get separate Titan and Argonaut sheets and cards. In the full game, there will be many Titans you can link with, each represented by a separate Titan card. Your Argonaut, on the other hand, is fixed until you die. At the start of the campaign, you get a portrait card, which provides you with a small skill bonus and an optional backstory. We encourage you to create your own. And an Argonaut sheet, which you will use to note your character's progress. All right. So tutorial battle. I read the story here too.
Yeah.
So we've got the board set up. So oop.
Wait!
What?
My magic.
No, you don't have any magic. There's no magic here today.
When we get into this, I want to make sure that we cover what that is in the upper the corner.
Yep. So story, the Hecaton is broken through the Argo's outer defenses. In its wake, a serpentine path of broken shields and dreams. Its inhuman roars merge with the blaring of sirens and screech of bent metal in the cacophonic dirge. It's getting closer. Many brave warriors gave their lives to lead it to the control column garden, to you. You feel the Titan's heartbeat quicken. Its chiseled body becomes soaked with sweat. Can this awesome being of raw power even feel fear? Or is it all you? Giant muscles flex, and the Titan crouches, ready to pounce. The Hecaton comes!
Dun 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 dun. Kalima!
Om Nom Shivai, Om Nom Shivai. Okay, so we are... Oh, there's still more text here. The Titans laid a trap for the Primordial in the control column garden. They're unarmored and unarmed. All they have going for them is their brute strength, the columns, and the will and ingenuity of the Argonauts controlling them. But that's not true. We have weapons. Primordial setup. Place the Hecaton sheet and control board above the battle board. So, Anne, if you could just point these things out as I'm referring to them.
So this is... yeah, it's not on the screen.
Oh, okay.
So this is... You thought that was straight? Can we kill him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is where the, what did you call it? I need a specific...
The Hecaton sheet and control board above the battle board.
Here.
Yeah.
This is the Hecaton control sheet. That's the battle board with the modifier tokens and the active Kratos pool.
Yep. All right, so for this battle, you'll be using the level 0 statistics.
That's a lie.
We're using level 1. Take all the Hecaton AI cards and remove the idle hands cards.
So these...
That's a lot.
That's a lie, too. Where's... Is it in here?
Everything's there.
Okay.
It says you won't be using them during this battle.
Did you already shuffle this?
We will be.
Yeah,
because
I know.
We're doing
I know. I'm just...
So these are the AI cards
All right.
here, and they're going to go here, and this is so crooked.
All right, so... Then divide the cards into 3 decks, numbered 1, 2, and 3.
This is deck number 1, and Josh has... Oh, no, 2 and 3 are up there.
They're split off to the side on the front of the table. So you'll find the Roman numerals on the back of the cards. Do the same for the Hecaton's body part cards. Then place the AI and body part decks numbered 1 on the appropriate spaces on the control board. Place the decks numbered 2 and 3 above the control board. You'll need them later. So we put them below. They're off to the side. We'll get to them.
They're the tip of the gray on the bottom there, but this is body part 1. So I know you were asking how many AI cards there are. Beating the monster is determined by body parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 body parts. I don't really want to give you a count on the AI deck because
Monster
of the
should have 10 health though, or is that something
So
different?
as cards get escalated, it will always have 6 cards in the deck.
That was kind of the point with the AI. The way that this game works is that when you take away a body part or an AI card, you're going to get one typically at a higher level.
Okay. Alrighty then. So.
And he's also going to have a trait since we're.
Oh, we didn't play this last time.
So you want to give that to Matt so you could show it off?
All right, so we are going to start out with a trait because you all love us so much and you decided to do this.
Thanks.
And that is the Forest of Fists. And that is if you miss an attack, you gain 1 danger. Wow, don't miss.
If you could put it in the top trait box.
All right. So that'll be over there. You probably won't see it for the majority of the game, but if there's any changes, we'll put them up in the board cam.
Yep.
And then finally, place the Hecaton miniature on the indicated space in the center of the board. Notice that the Hecaton has a front and a back, which will influence its ability to target Titans. So, Titan and Argonaut setup. Each player takes 1 Dreamwalker Titan sheet and 1 Argonaut portrait card, 1 Argonaut sheet, and 1 Fists card, as well as our weapons that we've got, our weapons and gear. Players place their Titan miniature on the indicated spaces on the battle board. So, according to this, we are 2 spaces diagonally away from the Titan, according to this setup that we've got going over here.
You want to come back to the board?
Yeah. And then
So slowly.
place
Minis and then Hecaton.
players decide which of the Titans starts the game with the priority target token,
I will start with the priority target token.
because you're the tank.
Do we have it?
Remove the following cards from the trauma decks. Deck 1, Flood of Memories.
Oh. I didn't know that there was that in there.
So, Deck 1, Flood of Memories.
Okay.
Deck 2, Shaken Dread, Bleeding, and Flood of Memories.
Do they take out Disembowel? Can we just take it out?
No. So, Josh, again, that is Shaken, Dread, Bleeding, and Flood of Memories.
Shaking,
take-
dread, bleeding. Oh, all the ones that we grabbed. They're
I was going to
on
say, you
the
take
previous
bleeding
game.
out?
Yeah.
Then Deck 3, you are going to remove Overdread, Out Cold, Deluge of Memories, Fuse Souls, and Profuse Bleeding.
Which is...
Disembowel's still
Overdread,
there.
delusion memories.
Deluge.
Profuse
Out,
bleeding.
Out Cold, Fused Souls, and Profuse Bleeding.
That's 3, ladies and gentlemen.
So it should be 5 cards in toto.
Fuse cold and out cold. Okay.
Yeah. So 5 cards you got?
Yeah.
All right, and then terrain setup. Place the column tiles on the marked spaces. Those are the control columns. And
So-
then place the column ruin terrain card near the bottom of the board.
These are the column tiles, and then if you want to grab that terrain card, that will give the details specific to this.
So we've got the ruins, and we're going to ruin them, all right. So they are, during setup, these were specifically put into a certain part of the board.
Yes.
So we're going to ignore that part there. And then destructible, if you crash into this tile, stop, gain 1 danger, and remove that tile. If the primordial moves through the tile, remove it. If the primordial crashes into the tile, remove the tile and roll a d10. And then certain effects are going to happen based off of what is rolled on the d10. Okay. Cool. So then, first turn, Hecaton starts.
That's it. That's it for your storybook.
That's it. We're in it.
So Josh is going to go first with. Can I see? There should be a priority
In the
token.
front, it looks like a target. It should be like the front middle.
Yeah.
The front middle.
Yeah, the little one.
This one?
No, that's not.
This one. This one. Yeah.
So priority works a little bit different in this, and we'll kind of talk about it as it goes up. So
You weren't going to put it underneath your mini?
No. So Matt, can you go ahead and draw the first AI card?
Sure. So what's the priority target token do?
So if there's a choice in the targets, that's what breaks the
It
tie.
would default to you. Okay. Got it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Before you rush into it, you could use this time to put the priority target onto the mini because Matt's going to go over what the top right grid is for and why it's important for our viewers.
Sure, the top left grid is going to be a breakdown of the different stats for all the people, and Josh will be live updating this throughout our presentation here. So the first up is the Hecaton, so that's the Primordial, obviously. So it is showing the amount of health that it has. That's 10 next to the little bleed icon. The amount of movement that it has, so 8 next to its feet, and it's actually got a couple feet. And hopefully it will be suffering the agony of defeat.
It's got
It's
0
really
feet.
It has 0 feet. It just has a lot of hands.
Oh, so he's very handsy.
Yeah, he's very handsy.
And then what's that last stat there, Josh?
If he had any plus AT, he does not.
What's AT?
It's a
Aeon Trespass field.
What does that mean?
It's his defense, basically.
It's
Okay.
a magical defense shield, and that's why we need to use. That's why the icons are for break, because we're breaking through the defense field to get to the monster.
Look at you. You're a boss. All right, and then for each of us individually under there, again, that's Solon, Philoctera, Ulyssea, and Herodotus. So,
These are the same icons that would be on the Triskelion.
and that's our Titans that we're playing as here, right?
Correct.
So those icons represent, again, we've got Alpha, which is representing danger. We have got Omega, which is representing rage. And we've got Psi, which is representing Gangnam Style. Or Fate. No? Not a chuckle? Okay, we'll go
Give
with
you
that.
a dance.
So as those get increased throughout the game, we're going to update it there. So we have a live counter for you all at home to easily see. And we're ready to go, right, Josh?
Yeah, let's go.
So AI card, and we'll go through the anatomy of that right now. So he's going to punch you. It's the liquored up punch that he's doing. So this is going to, it has 2d10s, 10 plus. What does that mean, Josh?
So he's going to hit me. Primordials always hit, but we have a chance to evade. So I'm going to roll. So he's going to target first.
So target the closest Titan in front in range. So which direction is the Primordial facing?
That way.
That way. So I am in front and Twitch is in front.
So because you have the priority target token,
It
it's
will
going to go
target
for you
me.
because that is going to.
But if I was not in front, we can choose who he targets because I was not in that target field.
Gotcha. So then he is going to move and attack. So I'm assuming, is it up to the controller of the Primordial? Is it up
Chicks
to
the shortest route, but if it can run over other Titans and stuff, it will. It will be the most destructive route.
Vosh is asking, does the AI always start with the same card, or is it random in the opening scenes? It's random because we shuffle through the AI deck.
Yep.
all
Nobody's
right.
asking you.
So, Anne, could you please move the Primordial so that it is adjacent to Jersh?
1, 2, turn, murder.
All right. So then he is going to move and attack. So
I need to roll 2d10s.
do you have 3 plus fate?
No, I have no fate.
I know. So you are now going to roll 2d10s.
All the dice are under there.
But that's important to know because what Matt was reading was the amount of fate that you have sometimes impacts the attack that the monster does. So if Josh did have 3 plus fate, the monster would roll an additional d10.
So what is that? You have to roll 10 plus in order to ignore that?
Yep. I do have +1 evasion with my shield. Oh,
Okay.
no, I have +2 evasion because I have my shield and my skirt.
So that means it goes from 9 plus to with the shield, and then with your skirt, it becomes 8 plus.
Yep. So I actually evaded one of them. I rolled an 8 and a 7.
Oh, cool. That's good. So that means you get hit once.
Yeah, so I'm going to take 1 danger.
So each hit does 1 danger.
I'm so happy somebody else appreciated that as much as I did.
And then it says after trauma, knockback 5. That's if you draw from the trauma deck, Josh?
Well, I'm going to draw from the trauma
oh,
deck.
you draw from the trauma
'Cause
deck
he
as soon
got
as you get
hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I got hit. So I'm going to be at 1, and then I'm going to draw a random trauma card.
Don't look at it. Just pass it over to me. I don't want you to even know what you're getting because I think it's funnier that way.
It's not the one I'm worrying about.
Oh, cool. Josh got a burst of speed.
So if you look at the bottom right-hand side, there's a little reef. So there's either a reef
Excuse
or,
me.
What?
4. Continue.
Yeah.
Or there's a skull. The skulls are the bad one. The reefs are the good ones.
Yeah, so some of these trauma doesn't always necessarily mean bad, and I think that the split's 50-50 in the lower decks.
Okay, fair enough. So the wreath in the, or actually technically I think it's a crown of laurels. So that is going to be the beneficial ones. But so anatomy of a card here, this is the name, that's the action. Does this 1 mean anything?
It's just a level 1 trauma.
Okay. So you're going to get a free movement action if you want.
Do you have to do that now, or do you hold it to do
It's
anytime?
right now. So I'm going to go
Let's do
ahead
that.
and run behind him.
That was the other thing that we were asking about. No, please, God.
That's why I was pushing it.
There's no flanking bonus, which I thought was really interesting, and
Okay.
there's no bonus for hitting the monster. Like,
In the blind spot?
yeah,
Okay.
And move me 1 space back. I only had 5 movement.
Left.
I'd be in left cheek. Left cheek, best cheek.
He was going around the bottom side of the monster. Or the Primordial, rather. All right, so the Primordial went first. Does that mean it now transitions to our turn?
Yeah, since I moved, knockback won't happen to me.
Okay.
So it is going to go to our turn.
All right, so do we take our turn in any order that we want?
Yeah. One thing to note is whenever someone reaches the highest level of rage, they gain the priority target token.
Oh, okay.
Before we decide who goes first, I think we should discuss the active Kratos pool and how that works, because it is important to understand that in order to discuss our strategy.
Absolutely. So the Kratos pool is currently empty right now, but as we're going to be adding temporary stat buffs to that pool. So we discussed before that we would talk about this Kratos table down here, and you'll see some numbers on the left-hand side and then some symbols on the right. So what that means is as your rage is increasing, and you increase your rage by 1 whenever you attack.
Correct.
As your rage increases, if you hit, you are going to get the bonuses that are on levels 1, 3, 4, and 6, and that is going to be a token that you can choose to add to the Kratos pool. So the tokens that we see here, that is +1 break, +1 opening, break, opening,
pushback.
This is reroll, and again, break and opening. So what that means is that you can choose one of those tokens to add to the pool, which will then benefit the next person who will be attacking the Primordial. And the important designation here is that this is cumulative. So if you are at level 3, you're going to choose a break or opening. You get a reroll on your attack, and then you get to put another break or opening. So the level 2 and the level 5 are benefits to you during your attack, which is either at level 2 you reroll a die, or is it? And
4 and 5 does too, because pushback and the reroll for the white die are beneficial to you. Right? Because you can't leave pushback in a Kratos pool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So the reroll, is it all of your die or 1 die?
1 die.
Okay. And then this last one here is add 1 red Kratos die.
Yep.
So you get to add those tokens to the pool, which will be a boon to the next person attacking. So we're going to try to chain our attacks together. If they go unused on that person's attack, then they go away.
They go away whether they're used or not.
Correct, yeah.
Once the next person attempts an attack, regardless of the outcome of the attack, the Kratos pool gets emptied. So you can't.
And the designation here is that it's not the next turn; it's the next attack.
Yes.
So we can play with that if we want to as well.
So the first person to go should be the one who least needs a boon from the Kratos pool.
So I roll 1 die, and I've got +2 accuracy.
And has +2 accuracy with 2 dice.
So yeah, you need
Twitch
the lowest accuracy.
Twitch has 1 die +1 accuracy.
Yeah, so it would be Anne.
Yeah, you're the one that hits the best.
And
every time we miss, we take a damage.
Yeah.
Or a danger.
Oh, why? Is this that thing?
That's the trait in play.
Can I just want to read it just so I can see it.
When you miss, you take a rage. I'm sorry, a danger.
Okay, so my movement for Ulyssea is 5. I have reached 2. 1, 2, 3.
A danger.
That's so terrible. And voted best by Matt and Josh. Stop the presses. That's going to be a tweet. 1, 2, 3.
Remember, you have reached 2.
4. So can I 1, 2, right? Because
Yep.
he's on all 4. So 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to go here.
Okay.
I'm definitely utilizing that reach. Like, that's great. So my long mast spear, I have rolled 2 die, and it's +2, which means I need 2 less to hit the body part.
So you need a 5+.
Yeah. So you roll 2 die, and you need 5+.
Why is it 7 automatically?
That's what, because it's on his sheet.
Yep.
It's a 7+ to hit.
So I can't really move the sheet around right now, but the Hecaton on his sheet, they've got a little chart that shows the level that the Hecaton's at, and then based on that level, it's going to be their movement, their life, their die, the number required to hit, and then any traits that it has in play.
There's nothing on this board if you want to throw it in.
Oh,
I can put it back.
Cards were on
No,
that
I know.
board.
It's okay.
So yeah, that's that table I was talking about there. So since we're fighting a level 1, it's got 6 movement, it's going to be 7+ to hit, it's got 10 life, and it's got no traits, but we did add the Forest of Fist trait to it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use my spear. I'm going to roll 2 d10s.
All right, and again, you need 5+. 4 and a 1.
So that was fun.
So 2 misses.
Does that mean she takes 2 danger?
Just 1 danger.
Oh, okay.
My rage should have gone up by 1. I forgot to do
You
that.
can use your fate to reroll a die, though.
Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, I'm going to take a fate. I can take 2 fate. I'm taking
can.
2 fate.
Okay, taking 2 fate.
Yep.
Can you do,
1.
Sorry, can you do 1 at a time?
You can only reroll a die once.
What I'm asking here is,
Can I
she
reroll
reroll
one
die,
and then-
spend a fate, and then
Think
based
so?
off the result, reroll the other one?
But, like, whatever.
So that's an 8 and a 2. So you miss on 1 still,
Okay.
but you actually hit.
For one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I take a trauma because I missed?
No.
Trauma danger, but no.
It's only if your full attack misses. You hit, so you're going to grab a battle pressure card.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab a... Oh, yeah.
Body part card.
Body part card.
So you are attacking the Mighty Fist. All right. So break down the anatomy of this card here for me, Josh.
So top of this is the name of the location we're hitting. Next up is the AT field. So how many breaks we need to do. Beat it, and then there's a reaction on the wound, reaction on a critical. So to get a critical is you need a perfect 10 on your hit die
Gotcha.
to give you the chance to have a critical. And then escalation is if you do wound, that's what's going to happen. That's an addition on top of the wound.
So if she would have hit on both of her die, does she draw an additional body part card?
No, she just draws the 1 card, but she would get an additional die of her weapon.
Gotcha.
Whatever her weapon gave would be time.
So if you have a weapon like Twitch and myself where it's die +1, would you get that +1 ability twice as well? Oh, that's really good. All right, so you did not get a perfect hit here, Anne, but you are so you can't get a critical. But your weapon itself
Has 1 red die, and my basic one has 1 basic red die for my Kratos pool.
Okay.
So I'm going to be able to roll 2. Can we talk quickly just about the face of the die here, because some of them are a little special? So
that's what Anne will probably be rolling.
I hate you. Go to the next one. That is called a potential. So we were talking a little bit earlier about that active Kratos pool.
That's how you pull things from the cross.
That's how you pull. So there has to be something in the pool, and then you can pull 1 of it. 1 star is 1 icon.
Right, and then as we progress, that's the
2
2
breaks.
breaks. Then that's a break and a potential, so you can mitigate that with the Kratos.
So now I need to roll 2, right? It's
Yep.
not 3.
That's correct.
God help me.
So you need to roll 2 breaks. So you rolled a 1 and a blank.
So I did nothing. So I failed.
Does the escalation happen, Josh?
No, the escalation does not happen.
It only happens on a wound.
Only happens on a wound.
Okay.
It also happens on a critical. That's why it's separate.
Gotcha. All right, so then that's going to end Anne's turn there.
But I didn't get a trauma, so personally I think that's a success. I didn't die this
I
turn.
see this as a complete win. So I feel like I want to attack here because
Your priority now. By the way, Anne.
because
because I
She's the
attacked
first
first?
one to get 1 rage.
okay. I feel like I should go next because while my accuracy is okay, I have. Oh no, I can't use the exposed.
Anne forgot one thing.
Oh, I have right. So because I had 1 rage, I could leave a break or an opening in the Kratos pool. So which should I use?
Oh,
you
that's
need
if-
to hit.
You don't need
have to wound.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
part of the thing is you might have a weaker weapon. You go in there, you hit to make an opening for the guy who has the big, slow, heavy weapon.
Yeah.
To beat it up.
The
Okay.
tokens are in the bottom left-hand corner.
Okay. So you.
Those 2 bottom boxes. So which is most useful for you guys?
Well,
Opening, I would think, because we get danger if we don't hit.
What's
Yeah.
the difference between opening and break? Break
Break-
we saw is to break the AT field, so that has to do with the actual hit. But opening has to do, it increases 1 on your attack.
Right. So it's lowering the accuracy required to hit the monster.
Yeah,
'cause you
so it's
need
like
an
I've
opening.
made an opening in the field.
So you're doing an opening.
Because that makes it easier for you?
I mean that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense. So that'll go in the Kratos pool. So whoever has the highest rage gets priority token, or just the first person to get
Whoever
one.
has the highest rage. So if someone else goes up to 1 and someone already has the priority token at 1, they don't get it.
Whoever the first person to go to the highest rage number,
Yes.
not whoever has
Yeah.
highest rage. So who wants to go next?
I could attack it from the butt.
When does Twitch want to go?
Twitch, chime in whenever you guys want to attack. Do you want to go before Josh? You want to go after Josh? You want to go at the end of
What's-
things?
It's 1 die plus 1.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I want to make sure that there is a opening for Twitch because they've got a big slow weapon, but they can do.
what's your
damage.
accuracy? What's yours?
My accuracy is 1 plus 2, so 1 die plus 2 accuracy.
Okay, so probably Twitch or I should go next.
We should go at the end for the end.
Okay. All right, so I'll go in. I'm going to get 1 rage.
Okay. And
I get 2 damage or 1 damage?
For what?
I should only have 1 damage. I don't know why I put 2 here.
he's cheating again.
Danger.
Danger.
I roll 1 die. I rolled a 9.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
So that's a hit.
How many?
I'm going to have 3 red dice.
So
Why?
So my weapon has...
pause.
Yes.
That goes away now, right?
Yeah, that goes away now.
Okay. So the Kratos pool goes away because it was an opening. Josh didn't need it, but because it was utilized, that attack was utilized, it goes away.
I know that it would kind of put the board off center, but we could probably shift the camera just a tad to get a little bit of that Kratos pull in, just because it's kind of important.
I'm going to zoom out a tad, too, to help out with that. All right, so go ahead,
That's good.
Josh.
All right. So I get 3 dice because my... And I thought Anne gave you the sword. So my sword gives me 2 red dice plus 1.
Plus your natural
Plus my
starting
natural
red
1.
die. Got it. So you're going to roll 3 red dice, and then you get plus 1 break to it.
And we need a body part location.
Yes. So,
I rolled 3.
and look at that, you needed 2. So you're attacking his mighty fist. So that is a wound. So
Okay.
you are going to push back 1. So that means that you and the Primordial are going to move 1 space directly away from the direction you're facing now. Then you're going to lower his damage by 1, Josh? His health, rather?
You're going to take that card and make it health, and yeah, I'll lower it on the other way.
So the way...
Oh, so it's a cumulative upwards health pool.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So he's going to escalate. So that means that escalate an AI and a body part card.
So this is going to become representative of the damage that we just did. We're taking out the level 1, and when we escalate, it says we're going to replace it with a level 2 in the body part deck. So you'll grab a level 2, put it in. Can you reach it? That one?
Yeah.
Yep. And then shuffle it in.
Here, I'm going to hand it to you to shuffle it in. And
Shuffle
then
saved my life.
it's going to escalate an AI card. So I'm going to take the top level 1 AI card,
Yes.
put that off to the side.
Yep.
And then a level 2 AI card is going to be shuffled in its place. So, and you're going to shuffle that too.
Sure. So this is a perfect example of how this game's escalates. How everything gets a lot more dangerous as you continue.
Yeah, not to be confused with an escalade.
One of the things we can notice is we can see what level card is coming up.
Yeah. So we can see potentially how bad the AI card is going to be, and also potentially how bad the body part's going to be.
It is random. The question is whether the cards that get added to were predetermined or whether they were random, and the answer is random.
It's a random deck of the level 2s.
Rando, I think, is how the kids say it nowadays.
Exactly. Sure. So that's the end of your turn there, Josh, right?
He's going to do a signature attack back at me because of the hit location you hit. Where's the...
Oh, yes. So he technically would have done that before the escalation.
Yeah, before the escalation. But
So he's going to perform a signature attack back at you, and that's on this board here.
Yep.
So let me put this into
and
the
can you
view
turn him
for a second
around?
then. So he's going to smack you. So he's going to smack that all on the floor. So that is, he's going to automatically hit. Josh is going to roll 2 dice, and it's going to be a 10 plus to evade it, as we were saying before.
8 plus because I
he's
have
got
2
2 evasion. So 8 plus.
A
get
10
And a 2.
and a 2.
So 1 miss, 1 hit.
1 hit. So I'm going to take 1 danger,
Yes. And that's the end of that.
and I'm going to draw a trauma card.
Oh, yes. And then you would get knocked back 5 after your trauma.
It's going to knock back right into you.
That's Twitch. So then he has a show of willpower, and look, it's him. Discard a combat card. If you don't have any, subtract 1 fate.
That's nice. And you can see again in the bottom right-hand corner, now Josh has gotten 2 good trauma cards in a row.
Yeah, Laurel Crown. Not disemboweled.
No, it doesn't bow. That's bad.
So I'll go back in the deck. I'm going to get knocked back 5. And
Did you discard a...
You should get up and
I don't
move your
have
mini
any
back then.
cards.
He doesn't have a combat card.
What is a combat card?
It'd be a condition card. It's typically a combat card, or there'd be other cards that are like that. But typically it's
Give me a
condition.
condition card. Never mind, I have my own deck. Okay, so a combat card could be something like a condition card. So this is my deck for my condition cards. In this case, it's shaken.
Not stirred.
So I could not be able to use my Kratos table or my Titan abilities.
So these kind of stink.
Yeah, so they kind of stink. So that was a very good one because I would have been able to get rid of a condition.
Gotcha.
And
But Josh wasted it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to put an opening token on.
Question for you, Josh.
What?
Are those piles reshuffled whenever you draw one?
Yes.
So that can go back into it, and you can keep drawing it over and over.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to put an opening token on the Kratos pool with my attack as well.
On the what pool?
An opening in the Kratos pool.
Okay. The Kratos
Next
poo.
poo?
Yeah.
Pool.
The Kratos poo.
That's an L there.
All right. So I want to go next. Twitch said they wanted to go last. Oh no, it was not. So what happened with the knockback 5? Do you go through other people?
Going through other people doesn't do anything to them.
Oh.
If I would land on their space, I would displace them one, which would just mean move them one
Move
space.
Okay.
You don't get knocked down, right?
Oh, that's actually not that bad then. All right. So let's see. My turn. He can have his sword back. I don't want it anymore.
I also get back away 2. You have the book there. Can you double check what that is?
You told me what it was. Anyways, so let us see. I'm going to move myself, so I am 6 spaces away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Josh, I'm sorry, Ann, can you move me 2 spaces closer to Twitch?
You guys are gonna have to work out some legs.
Just killed Mr. Reachington.
2 spaces where?
Closer to Twitch, please. Mr. Reachington died. This is a sad day for all.
That's not sad for me.
The brass thing just exploded. Anyways.
R.I.P. Mr. Reachington. For Mr. Reachington. I'm so excited for that.
Oh, goodness. All right, so where were we? I'm going to activate my
You were throwing your thing
ballistic gun now.
across the table.
Danger too high. So I'm going to increase my rage by 1.
Yep.
Yes.
And I am going to roll 1d10, and it is going to get +3. Because I've got a natural +2, and there's 1 opening.
Exactly.
I rolled a 6.
But that's fine because you only needed to hit a 7. Well,
In
without the
toto,
bonuses. Yeah.
So it's a 9, so yeah, I'm good. All right, so that means that I am going to hit, and that means I draw a body part card, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And this gets discarded.
Yep.
So my body part card is I've got the Shield Fist. So if I fail, I gain a fate and suffer knockdown. What's knockdown?
It's a status card, and it basically skips your next turn.
Question.
Yes.
The critical. Do you have to roll a 10 on that, or is it cumulative with your
You
modifiers?
have to roll
up
a natural 10.
Okay. All right. So then I am going to.
I'm going to roll a black and a red die.
Yeah. So my weapon's got a black. I've got a natural red, and then I'm going to add a +1 to it. And I need 3. Okay, so I
Just
rolled.
enough.
Oh no, it's not.
That's a 2.
Oh, I have a +1.
You
That's
have a
right. I have a +1. So I rolled a 1 red, a 1, and a potential on the black. Nothing in the Kratos pool, but words.
So
I
knock the
have
wound.
the +1 from my weapon.
Yeah.
So that is a wound. So then that is going to escalate. So this
Yes.
doesn't have a wound reaction on it. It has a failure reaction on it.
Yep.
So escalate, this is going to get put into his health stack there. Then that's going to become a level 2.
Yeah.
So, Anne, if you would be so kind.
Sure. Hey, can you do me a real quick favor?
No.
In that top drawer, there's some Velcro. If you could just hand me one. Little black ones.
Hand me one?
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. And then he is going to remove the top AI card, and he is going to put a level 2 AI card in.
You can have that back.
And then you can do that.
Yep.
And, oh, thank you. I was looking for this.
And then
now I can repair him. We can make him
you
better.
get to leave a token in the pool.
So next up is Twitch. They do damage.
Matt,
easily.
you get to put a token in the pool.
I'm puzzling out my turn
Okay.
here. Thank you very
Sorry.
much.
Body parts?
So what I was saying was Twitch is up next, and they hit very hard, but they're not quite as accurate.
Do you
So
wanna-
I'm going to put a opening in there.
Do you want to put this up in the camera so that you can see what they'll need to smack around with?
Hit it with the big stick! So they're going to hit it with the big stick. So where is Twitch anyway? So can you move them up to the butt?
This is the AI deck. So when we played this, not to, I guess, get a little meta, we didn't really use the columns to our advantage last time. That might be something we want to consider when strategizing.
Okay. So because they're attacking now, they are going to roll some dice. So they're going to roll what here, Josh?
1d10.
1d10. So.
Oh, this is when, if you're brand new to the stream, this is where the fun starts. So Matt's just put the chat command ! Roll for everybody to roll. So now everybody's got to roll.
Roll your boat.
Gently down the stream.
And it's going to select one person, and look at that, it is a 6. So it is a 6 plus 2, so that is an 8. That is enough.
Yep.
So it is going to hit successfully. So the nice thing is you don't take damage there. So when you escalate, do you always escalate the same level cards, or is it just the top AI card that gets escalated regardless of level?
The same level. So you would dig through the deck if it wasn't there.
Okay. So
They're going to roll a red and a black die.
Well, hold on. Let's see what their body part card is. Oh, and they're going up against the level 2 body part now.
Josh is done with their turn, so he would just like you to rush through it so that he could get to his turn.
Yeah. So they got the first level 2 body part. And it is going to be the shoulder hands. So this is a 4 that they've got to get for this one. And so if they wound it, push back 1, Hecaton performs signature against attacker, and then he's going to escalate. So let's have them roll. So they need to roll. Sorry, 1 second here. Let me reset that dice for them. So their weapon is
A black.
a black plus 1, and then they've got a natural red. So they're going to roll a red and a black. So red and black.
For their power pool. So if there's a wound and a critical and an escalation, what's the failure?
There's no failure.
Oh, that's nice.
Certain cards will have either wound or failure. Some might have both. I'll fix this at a later time. And they rolled.
They rolled really bad.
Yep, that's just 2 potentials. So they failed.
But there's no failure condition.
But there's no failure condition
and
there.
they don't get the signature attack against them.
And he doesn't escalate.
That's good.
So, but here's the other thing.
Yeah.
If they were so inclined, they could exhaust their giant tree club and go again. But then next turn they wouldn't be able to attack.
Why wouldn't they be able to attack at all?
Because they would have to unexhaust it then with their action.
Or they could hit it with their fists.
Next turn.
Yeah.
That's true. So they could do that and then next turn just punchy,
Yeah.
potentially.
We have fists. Smack it.
Okay, so
They
they're-
are going to put a break token in because of the attack from their weapon.
yeah,
And they also get to put in an opening or a break token.
I would assume.
Really? In between so that they can use it now for this attack?
Yeah, because they just finished their attack. And they're also going to push back 1 to it. So it's going to get pushed back 1.
So Josh, did you increase their rage?
Not
You
yet.
haven't been increasing people's rage, have you?
I have been.
Have you? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So their rage is going to go up an additional 1 if they attack again, right?
Yeah, are they attacking again?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying they were going to. So they're going to exhaust this. So they're going to now roll a.
Well, because what Josh was saying is that they can choose now because their rage was at 1. They can now choose to either put the opening or the break in, so that they can use that for their attack now.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I would think that they would go for the opening because their accuracy is met.
And they're going to put a break in automatically from their weapon. hitting.
Yeah.
That's what that break is
So,
there?
Yep.
But pause for the cause here. They pushed back when they hit last time, right?
Yeah.
So that would have pushed the
I did it.
primordial.
She just did
oh,
it.
you just
Yeah.
did it. Okay.
Could
So
you
if they
grab
do it
a-
one more time,
A break token from the tray?
Yeah.
So if they do it one more time, then he's going to run into the column. I know you can't. It's just for...
So they put a break token in?
because they hit with the club.
Oh.
It does break 1 automatically
But is that break 1 to the wound or is that break 1 to the pool?
to the pool. Because that's a break token. That's not a break icon.
Wouldn't that have been used when they were trying to evaluate their previous
It would be at
attack?
the end of their attack. They add it. It's not part of the attack.
Oh.
So it opens
It's
up
for
the next attack.
person?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
And now, that's what I'm saying. So you're saying that they should have put the opening in?
Yeah, I think that I still think they should put an opening in so that way it's easier for them to potentially hit and then they avoid getting potential damage more. Or, I'm sorry, danger.
Danger, Will Robinson.
So, what do you think, Ann?
What does Twitch think? Opening. Yep.
Okay, so opening. We put that in there. This is going to get
Exhausted?
exhausted like me.
It's very tired, so it had to lie down. Rolling, 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 rolling. What?
It's because it's a rubber tree. It's tired. Get it? All right, so they're rolling a d10, and again, they need to roll a... oh, that was bad. They missed.
They can spend a fate now to re-roll the die.
Yes.
So, Twitch, would you guys like to spend a fate?
Gain a fate.
Gain a fate to re-roll that die.
Spend it.
Re-roll it. All right, so Josh, do that. So what do they need to actually roll to hit?
5+.
5+, because they've got +1 accuracy, and there is an opening in the pool. We're going to rage out soon anyways.
Since they hit level 2 rage, they are not a priority target token.
So they rolled a 6.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. So, and if you could transfer over the priority target token to them as well. So because that's a hit, we're going to draw the next body part card, and you're attacking the Shield Fist. So this one is a 3.
I do want to point out that now that they have Rage 2, they get the next level of the Kratos pool, which is a hit, which is a
reroll.
Kratos die reroll.
That's nice. So again, they're going to roll a, let me reset these, a red and a black, and they're going to get a +2 to that. Because their weapon gives them a +1, and there is a
they need a potential to use the break in the pool.
You need the potential to use the break in the pool.
Okay.
So they need to roll a star for it.
So they rolled a nothing?
But do you need a potential to roll a break in the pool? All right, so they rolled a nothing on the red, but the black Kratos die is going to be 2 breaks and a potential, so...
3 breaks.
3 breaks. 4
They have +1.
Yeah. But, I mean, it gets used up anyways here, so it doesn't really matter. And then they add a break back to the pool because of their weapon.
Yep.
Yes.
And they could also add either an opening or a break from their attack.
Correct.
So let's resolve this hit, and then we'll decide the after.
Yep, so it wasn't a failure, so that's good. So escalation's going to happen now. So with the escalation, he's going to update the S, so that's going to go to the wound.
The woot?
The woot file, yeah.
Give me that.
Sorry, that goes
Give me this.
there. That goes there.
Yep.
This goes away. This is going to go to level 2.
Give me that.
You can do that.
Yep.
And then they add the break to the pool, and they are going to...
Push back 1.
Push back 1.
So now Hecaton is going to smash into that little doodaddy right there.
And that means that we are going to need Twitch to roll a d10. So rolling a d10, it'd be really nice if you guys could roll a 9 or a 10. So what does that mean? It gains 2. What is that symbol there?
Is that a red symbol? It would get -2 AT.
So they rolled a 2. Nothing happens.
Okay. So his armor will go down by 2, basically. So he'd be a lot easier to hit.
All right. So all of us went now, right? Right.
Yep, that's everyone.
So that means it's Primordial's turn.
Wait. Sorry. Twitch, please decide whether you would like to add an opening or a break to the Kratos pool for the next person to attack when it comes back around to us. So an opening, again, reduces the number that we need in order to hit the monster. The break adds to the actual hit. Break, 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 break.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off. And so it is important to note that the next body part card is a
Level 2.
So that break will come in handy.
Because that'll be a harder location to hit. There is already a break in the pool, and that is because of Twitch, because of your special tree club, you automatically add 1 break to the Kratos pool. So this is the first time that we have an opportunity to have 2 icons in the pool.
Indeedly doodly, neighbor Ernie. So the Primordial is going to draw an AI card, right, Josh?
Yep.
And this is a level 2, by the way.
This is gonna suck.
So idle hands, it's the devil's work. So it is going to be targeting target Argo.
That's the reason why they take that out. Put a new grab a new level 2.
Oh, you're supposed to take this out?
Yeah, it's because it targets the Argo, and we haven't talked about that yet.
Rumble Strike. So target all Titans in Zone 2, which is just
Twitch.
I mean, that's good, I guess, right? So that is attack. Each hit does 1 danger. So it is 1 die that they have to roll.
1d10.
1d10, and it hits on a 9+, but their skirt gives them +1 evasion.
Yep. So it's going to be an 8+.
So they need to roll 1d10. Hopefully they get an 8+. If they do, they evade the attack. Right? Right.
Right.
Right. And then after the attack, he's going to perform his signature.
That sucks.
And they rolled a 9.
Oh, it's an evade. It's technically a perfect evade. They don't have anything that triggers that keyword, though.
Okay.
So doesn't do anything.
But it is now going to, after the attack, perform a signature.
Yep.
So he's going to do his signature, which is going to be 2 d10s at 10 plus. So let me reset those dice. So 2 d10s. It is a
9 plus because of the skirt.
Correct.
I like a skirt that gives you more evade. That's so ridiculous.
Because it's swishy and fabulous. All right. So 6 and a 10. That was actually a really good roll, guys.
So they're going to take 1 danger.
They take 1 danger.
It's a partial
Is there
evade.
anything else?
So yes, after trauma, so they're going to take a trauma on that, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And
Stop.
How many does trauma do they? I'm sorry. How many danger do they have right
Just
now?
1.
Just 1?
Yes.
So they're there on the top, and you see the capital 1, capital Alpha.
Yes.
They have 1 danger, 2 rage, 1 fate.
Gotcha. And so they are driven back. So that is going to be knockback 3.
This is the bad card.
And then after that,
1, 2, 3.
after trauma, they get knockback 5.
I mean, it's not terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
now they can actually restore their weapon because they're not going to be able to make it to him.
yeah,
So it was a good thing that they attacked twice.
it's like they ran. They ran so,
So far
far
away?
All right, so that is the end of the Primordial's turn,
Yes, it is. It's our
and
turn.
it is back to us.
Nobody's died yet.
So there are 2 breaks in the pool. So
I want to hit.
you have the best accuracy. So actually, yes, it does make sense for you to hit now.
I can't get close enough to hit, so
Are you?
I'm
Close?
sorry, were you a
I
contender?
said I can't.
Were you a contender?
I'm just saying that I can't.
Go ahead, Anne.
Stop! Don't chant that. Wow. Can we pick a no? Twitch. When should Twitch go? I actually like the idea of Twitch going last, or maybe you want to take the advantage, like
a
a
lot
second
of times
place.
that's how we do Kingdom Death. Is Twitch plays cleanup at the end of the round, unless they've got something that turn order makes sense for them to go first. But here, given the fact that they're just resetting their weapon, they could potentially wait to see if I don't know how the Primordial is going to move around potentially.
Yeah.
So if he does move into range, then they might be able to go up and punch him in the jaw.
But if not, then they should probably go last because we're not going to be able to get the advantage of your weapon having the 2 icons because they're not going to make an attack.
Correct, Mundo.
Gotcha. Okay, so I have a movement of 5. I am here with the spear. I have a reach 2. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm just going to kind of be there.
So you're here, your spear, get used to it.
I do want to make an important note that I think that we overlooked as I was just getting up to look at the board. This game just started on Kickstarter yesterday? Monday? What's today? Wednesday. Yesterday was not Monday. On Monday, the components and everything that we are playing with, as nice as they do look, they are not final. So this was, they kindly gave us the demo copy so that we would be able to host the show so you guys could get a feel for what the game is, but the components aren't final, if that's a concern or what have you.
Get on with it.
Matt did the signature. That's what knocked you back 8 spaces. Chat's talking about the signature move.
I stopped listening after the third
Yeah, the third that.
Okay, so
Yeah, so I understand what you're getting at. So the trauma that you got knocked you back 3, and then the text on the signature is after trauma, knockback 5.
Yep.
So it stacked and made knockback 8 there.
Ice Chamber was
Do you 2
listening.
dice or 1 dice? Do you do 6?
Would you like to interrupt my turn again?
Yep.
Are you rolling the right dice?
Rolling d12s.
So you rolled a 6 and an 8. So that's definitely. So what's your accuracy?
+2.
Oh, you hit both of them.
Yeah, I did.
Good girl.
That's a perfect
so
hit.
How
It doesn't do anything.
You still only draw
One location.
one location.
But she's going to roll 2 red dice now from her weapon.
I'm going to attack the same location twice.
Yeah. So that. Oh, shit. It's a 5. You're going to roll 3 red dice, though.
Okay, and even though there are 2 breaks right now,
You need the potential to use them.
I need the potential to use them.
This is rough.
I wish I had a crit because that shield blade is cool.
Go for it.
What did you want to say?
I was going to say you could rush, but you don't have any damage at the moment, so you could
Danger? Oh, yeah, my rage went up to 2.
Yeah.
I forgot that, too. And not damage, danger.
You got. 4.
No!
It's 4. You rolled.
You have a
2.
reroll, though.
You do have a reroll.
Oh, that's right! Okay.
So you have to spend a fate for the reroll.
No.
She has the reroll
I have
from
2 rage,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I get the reroll
So
from number 2.
awareness-wise,
Yes.
she rolled 2 of the breaks and 2 of the potentials.
Here, I'll give them to you so you can put them up.
So that means she just needs 1 more break on this attack somewhere.
And just a quick look at that Kratos pool to see what the yeah, thank you. Because people gotta see.
Pain in my butt.
See, so I have 2 rage, so I can do
A reroll.
reroll. Please be just 1 break. Just.
Oh yeah, she got it. All right, so
very
she got
much.
another break and a potential. So she has 3 breaks. She's going to use the 2 potential breaks from the pool, and that is 5. So she meet the AT for this card, and because she wounded it, she is going to gain a fate.
That's not a good thing.
It's a level 2 card. Then it is going to escalate. So this then goes into the wound stack here. So Josh, if you could up that, please. This is going to become a level 3
You're welcome, guys.
body part card. And then it's going to upgrade also a level 2, Joshua?
Yeah, take a level 2 AI out and upgrade it to level 3.
It's a good thing the next one was a level 2. So that's going to go out and become a level 3. So
I just
you can shuffle that in.
Wanted to make this more entertaining for you.
Yeah. Are you not entertained? And that is the end of your turn, except now you get to choose if you would like to add some stuff.
So who is going to go after me? We think that Twitch will likely be using this turn as an opportunity to reset their club.
Yeah.
Josh was over there mumbling in the middle of my turn about how I'm not going to be able to reach the monster. I think that's actually a very accurate impersonation.
So that means that only I shall be able to reach the monster potentially. So, Anne, if you could add a break here, because I think my accuracy is okay enough.
You're going to
and
be
it's a level 2.
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
pointing out. The escalation is so fiddly. I think that the escalation is exciting. Here are your AI, and you want a break and not an opening?
Yeah, I prefer a break.
Let's put a break in the pool.
Thank you, ma'am.
So every time you have to delve into the AI and location. Yes. The rulebook says that there are some occasions where it specifically says you do not upgrade the AI card.
So I am going to move. Now, can you please put me 6 spaces away? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So move me diagonally 1 space closer.
Here?
Yeah. So it's really moving 2 spaces, but I
1,
just wanted to get
2, 3, 4, and that gives you within that 4 to 6 range.
Yeah. So I am going to
This is a lot more fun with weapons when we don't have to be all up in its grill.
increase my rage by 1. Then I'm going to roll. I roll 1d10. It's going to be a 5+ for me because it's +2 accuracy.
Okay, and it's 7 because it's a level 1 monster?
Yeah. I rolled
You
an
rolled
8.
an 8.
Cool. So it is a hit. I am hitting the exposed back arms. Oh, the Nona arms.
That's the worst.
It's the bingo thing.
When you gain a fate, you reroll 1 die.
Yeah.
And is it all? Can you reuse?
Can
the
you
card?
say the question and then the
If
answer?
you get the reroll from spending fate, do you reroll all of your dice, or can you only reroll 1 die? And if it is all, can you reuse the Kratos reroll again? So you reroll just 1 of your die,
Yes.
and that Kratos reroll is a separate additional reroll.
Yes.
So now I am attacking. So I am rolling a black and a red +1.
Don't fail.
I'm not even going to look at it. I've got fate. Ha. I rolled, yeah. So this is how you roll, just like that. So I rolled 5. I could have done the other one by
You
myself
rolled
without any.
4 and you got +1.
Yeah, that's 5. So I done did it. So this is going to go into the wound. It's going to escalate.
Yes. So you're escalating the second level 2 to a level 3.
Yeah.
And then the break that is in the pool is going to come out. Is crit. He would have had to hit a natural 10 or a 0 on the D10 in order to be eligible for a crit, and then he would have needed to succeed on his hit. And then it would have been a crit. And then you get cool stuff.
All right. So the question here is,
To be or not to be?
Do I want to go for broke here?
And do what? How?
Well, I can exhaust my ballista gun and shoot at it again.
I say shoot at it again. Wait, let
If you
me
spend
put.
2 fate, you can. If you end up spending 3 fate total, you can do 2 more attacks.
2 more attacks.
I
yes.
do want to point out.
Oh, it's a level 3 up next.
Yeah.
I.
But you get to choose what you get to put in the pool.
Yeah. But the thing is that it's only going to be 1. If I had 3 rage already, what's that?
Master Sword Mage. Do it, Matt. Whatever you're planning to do,
Do it.
do it.
I did not put anything into the pool yet, so I'm going to put a break in there right now, regardless of what I plan on doing. So that'll help out whoever's next. But here's my thought process here is that my weapon is a black +1. I've got a red. I don't have the potential to add any additional. I don't know how tough the level 3s are going to be in terms of wounding them.
You could also just get it out of the way.
That's true. That's true. And I do have a reroll available, and I don't mind taking a little bit of extra fate in order to fiddle around with it. So
You've got a skirt for extra evade.
I'm going to... Oh, boy.
Someone's asking in chat, when you replace the cards, you find the top card on the deck that matches the level you need to replace.
Okay, so I'm going to have some fun here. I'm going to spend 2 fate. And I am going to exhaust my makesheath and keep my ballistic gun ready to go in case I want to
So
be
what
an
does
idiot.
that put your... I'm watching Josh now. So you have
I now
2 fate?
I now have 3 rage and 2 fate. And
3 rage and 2 fate.
I'm going to attack. And it is going to be a 5+.
Oh, this is good because now you'll be able to leave 2
if
tokens
if
in
I
the
hit.
pool.
It's a 6. I hit.
Now what?
1 in 100. So I have to hit 5 here.
You have 1 break in the pool.
I've got 1 break in the pool. I roll a black and a red +1.
It's doable.
You did it last time?
I did. It was cocky, though. Oh, yeah!
So you rolled 2 on the black. Sorry.
So on the black die, I rolled 2 break and 2 potential. And on the red die, I rolled 1 break. So that's 3 break plus 1 from the pool. That's 4. Plus I've got a +1 on my weapon. So I done did it.
Done did it.
All right. So that's going to go to the wound stack and escalation. So what does this mean? How do you escalate now on a level 3?
Okay. So you're going to escalate.
He's got the priority token.
Yeah, I got the priority target.
Yeah, priority target, no. You're going to escalate. It says AI. What does it say? I can't read the... Is it AI and a BP?
Yes, escalate AI and BP. Add +1. I don't know what that symbol is.
Can I see? May I? Escalate 1 AI and 1 BP at... Oh, you're right. Nope.
And this goes into...
Add +1 bleed.
Was that what
I believe
that is?
that's a bleed token.
What's a bleed token?
I think.
Is that with the monster bleeds each turn?
Let me see the token sheets.
Sure.
This is where he silently reads to himself. So I don't know what the rest of the card was talking about there. So how do you escalate a level 3 card?
I'm assuming you're going to escalate another level 2 to level 3.
Well, I have the rule book.
That might be in this F. Might be in this F. That's all I'm saying.
You know, it's so much
Can't
fun.
tell what that. So one of the things is they're gonna enlarge these freaking icons on these cards.
Yeah.
Because they're super tiny.
Yeah.
The friggin' icons?
The friggin' icons.
Not just like the regular kinds of icons.
That's the kind of ship we're on. We're on a frigate, right?
Yes, no, I don't think so. What was the cool thing that you were telling me about the boat?
Argo.
Not.
Oh,
What was the cool thing you were telling me about the boat?
The Yola pile?
Level 3 body parts recycle in double wounds. Level 3 body parts are a bit different in that they don't end up in the wound stack. This is represented by the keyword recycle. Whenever an escalation paragraph tells you to recycle a card, shuffle it back into the body part deck. This does not mean that you didn't deal a wound. On the contrary, you dealt a grave wound to one of the Primordial's vital organs. To represent this, take a generic double wound card and place it on the wound stack instead of a BP card.
So I did 2 wounds to it?
A double wound, as the name implies, counts as 2 wounds.
I'm so good at this game.
Note, recycle doesn't negate escalate.
So you escalate level 2 then?
No, I would assume a level 2 to a level 3.
Okay.
Because you can't go any higher than 3.
And then, did you see anything about this symbol in there, Ann, or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a cannon, but I don't know.
It might be a -1 evade. a red evade token?
It's black.
Oh, I don't know.
Give me the token sheet. I know you like to hold everything in front of you. But,
And not read any of it. Oh, read the fail. Wait. That's the icon is here again. The exact nature of the response depends on the result of the AT break roll. If you scored a wound, read the wound paragraph with the laurels. If you failed to wound the primordial, read the fail. That's the same icon as the fail paragraph.
No, it's not.
The little bleedy stab thing. Let me see.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Add +1 fail? I thought you meant something else. So what is...
I have no idea what that means.
So escalate, add +1 fail. So does that mean I do this also?
I don't think so. That doesn't make sense.
Can you read that paragraph again, Anne?
Sure. The exact nature of the response depends on the result of the... It's just that's where I saw the icon again. The exact nature of the response depends on the result of the AT break roll. If you scored a wound, read the wound paragraph. If you failed to wound the primordial, read the fail with the icon paragraph. If you scored a critical, read the critical paragraph and ignore all other responses.
I'm just going to ignore that. I have no idea what that's supposed to do.
Okay. If anyone's got any insight into that, let us know. We're going to ignore it for now. So I'm going to escalate level 2 stuff. So this will actually still remain in the body part deck here.
It's going to go... Does it get shuffled back in? Does it get shuffled back into the deck, or it goes into
it says
the
recycle,
discard?
so I guess we go in the discard pile. So then I'm
Wait.
escalating... I've only got level 1s left in here.
Then go through the discard deck and find a level 2.
Okay.
Go through the AI deck top to bottom and banish the first card matching the level of the BP card that's becoming a wound. Then take a random AI card for the higher level, right? Okay. If there are no AI cards in the deck matching the level of the BP card, search the AI discard pile for a card to banish. If there are no AI cards matching the level of the BP card in the AI discard pile, banish a card of a level higher and escalate from that. This will lead to going straight from a level 1 card to a level 3. If there are no more higher level cards to escalate, ignore escalate.
So no more higher level cards to escalate?
Right, so if we had all level 3s...
If the whole deck was level 3s, you can't escalate it anymore. So
Okay. But if you're escalating a level 3...
that goes out of the game.
Then you go down to a level 2?
No, it's saying that
That's
if...
what Josh is having me do.
I said take
Why did you do
escalate
that?
2 to 3.
Yeah. So if there's...
You're going to keep the 3 because you recycled it.
Okay.
In addition,
Yeah.
now, because you had a 1, now you're adding the 2 to it. So not only are you keeping the 3, which would have gone out of the deck.
Josh told me to escalate a 2 to a 3, not a 1 to a 2.
Oh, that part I'm not sure about.
So active deck, recycle deck. If not, you pull a 1 and make it a 2, and then make it into a 3. So you just do it twice. I would think that you would because right now we got a really weird deck that's mostly 1s and 3s. I would assume you do it evenly, but maybe I'm wrong.
I would do it the closest to the level that it could be.
Okay.
Can you flip the discard pile over?
Here.
It should just be...
I do think that that makes sense that you would escalate a 2 to a 3 if you hit on the 3.
Go
Shuffle
ahead and
back.
flip over
this
that discard.
side.
You turned it over.
Okay. Keep the 3, escalate a 2 into a 3 if possible, otherwise a 1 into a 3?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because then there would be no 2s.
You wouldn't go from 1 to 2,
Turn
you
a
just
l-
go 1 straight
You would
to
go
3.
1 to straight
1
to
to
3.
3. That's what it was. That's what it's saying as...
It's weird that you have like that causes you to have a mix of 1s and 3s.
Right, so if there are no AI cards in the deck matching the level of the body part card, search the AI discard pile for
Okay.
a card to banish. If there are no AI cards matching the level of the body part card in the AI discard pile, banish a card of a level higher and escalate from that.
It's nothing higher than a 3.
This will lead to going straight from a level 1 card to a level 3.
Okay.
Okay, here, sorry, I'll put it back so you can continue.
I shuffled the other one. All right, so that was the... Well, hold on then. It wasn't really the end of my turn now, was
And
it?
you get to put 2 tokens in the pool.
I do get to put 2 tokens in the pool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 of each. 1 of each, you might say?
Read that paragraph again, and sure. If there are no AI cards in the deck matching the level of the body part card, search the AI discard pile for a card to banish. So that's when you grab one. If there are no AI cards matching the level of the body part card in the AI discard pile, then you go to the regular pile and banish a card of a level higher and escalate from that. This will lead to going straight from a level 1 card to level 3. Note, if there are no more higher level cards to escalate, ignore escalate.
I feel like the rule should have a section specifically dealing with it. It might. We're not digging too much into it right now. So I now exhausted my Ballista Gun. So I go again.
Yep.
So increase my rage by 1. So I'm at 4 rage.
And you increase your fate by 1, so you're at 3 fate.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. So I'm at 3 fate. And I rolled my attack die. I rolled a 9, so that utilizes the opening that was there. Didn't really need it, but I do hit. So I am attacking this level 1.
He has, Chad's asking how much health he has. He has 3 health left because he was at 5. Matt just did 2.
And as a reminder, you can always, sorry Matt, you can always check the stats of the monster up on the top left-hand corner of the screen next to the 3. That's how much health the monster has remaining.
So look at that, 1 in 100. This is a fairly easy one, so I actually automatically am going to win this.
Yes, because you have +1.
Because I have a +1 to my roll, so I'm not even going to bother.
Sure.
Just because I want to see.
So you're going to gain
Hold on, I want to see what I do. So I rolled 2 breaks and 2 potentials, so I'll do like 4 breaks to it. I beat the crap out of it. It feels good, but I do another damage, so this is going to go to the stack.
You're doing this because you exhausted your...
Ballista Gun now. The first time I exhausted my Ballista Gun, but I exhausted my Make Sheath instead by spending an additional fate, so it would prevent my Ballista Gun from exhausting. Now I exhausted my Ballista Gun, which is allowing me to make my 3rd consecutive attack. So...
Chains for days.
Yeah. So I did not fail. I wound, so I'm going to gain a fate, so I'm at 4 fate. And then he is going to escalate. So this card is going to go into the wound. He's going to get a level 2 added in. And if you can please shuffle that up.
Sure.
And then a level 1 upgraded to a level 2 for the AI. So, and if you could shuffle that up as well. All right, and he's got 2 health left. And I get to add 2 tokens. So who wants to go next? Well, do I get to see what it's shuffled first, or?
Yeah, I think so. Also, the only 2 players left are Josh and Twitch. Because you took a forever turn.
Yeah, but, I mean, true.
Can Josh reach? That's the question.
No, he can't
reach.
So it'll be preparing for the next round, essentially.
Right. So it's a level 1 that's up next. So realistically, we're not going to have a lot of fate here, so I'm going to put 2... Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Hold on.
I put a level 3 AI card down for next.
So when you have pushback, do I have to be adjacent to him to do that?
I don't...
We had that conversation. And I think we said, that we decided that it made sense, yes. Move the abilities target spaces directly away from the source. Oh, no, we said that it didn't because it doesn't say anything about adjacent. Push back X. Move the abilities target X spaces directly away from the source. Then move the source X spaces towards the target. But it doesn't say anything in that sentence about adjacency.
Okay, so I'm not going... Or do I have to push him?
I don't think you have to.
Okay. I'm not going to push him back. That was one of my options for my Kratos table there. It doesn't really help because I'd be moving him further away from you and Twitch. So never mind there. I'm going to add 2 openings, so he should be super easy peasy to hit next turn. And now... So Twitch's turn, I'm assuming they're going to want to prepare their weapons. And you mentioned that when you played and you died twice, but this playthrough is making it look like ATO is extremely easy. What's going on?
Okay, so in your Trauma Level 2 deck, there are 16 cards. 2 things. First thing is, in this game, we are fighting with weapons, which is really nice because, as I made an aside to Josh, both Matt and my weapons have reach. In the first time, when you play through the first time, you don't have weapons, you just have your fists, and you must be adjacent to the monster to use your fists. And a lot of the monster's attacks have to do with the space surrounding you.
And pushing you around the board itself as well.
Right. So because we've been out of that zone for the most part, we haven't been taking a lot of damage because of the reach. It's been really nice.
And you had a 1 out of 256 draw.
I'm so happy you calculated that. Remember the time when I said you two were so smart, but you use all that knowledge for the dumbest stuff? I didn't need to know that. So I had the pleasure of drawing a card called Disembowel twice out of the trauma deck, which means you die automatically.
So someone's asking, the Forest of Fist is if and when you miss an attack, you gain 1 danger. We've actually, knock on
Haven't missed
wood,
yet.
we haven't. I think we missed once.
But we spent fate to ignore it.
Yeah, so we've had very fortuitous rolls, and now that we're getting further up in the rage, we're leaving more openings, so it should be easier for us to hit the monster or the primordial. So Twitch is going to ready their weapon again.
All right, so they're
because
going to
that's
unexhaust it, and then they're going to move a little bit.
Yeah, move them closer. They really don't have much choice of what to do here.
You could stand up.
Well, in my life. Put them right there.
Why there?
Because he's probably going to attack Matt right now. So he's going to come right up to Matt's face, and there's no reason to be
Right there.
right there.
So it is now the Primordial's turn. He's got a level 3 coming up.
It's terrible.
And was Idle Hand supposed to be in here?
No. Grab a new level 3.
Okay. Skull Crusher?
Sure.
That sounds great. Okay, that's why you're rooting for Disembowel to be pulled.
Yes, that's exactly
Skull
why.
Crusher. So target closest Titan in front in range.
That's you,
Sure is.
because you're priority target.
Move and attack.
That doesn't. No, it's not me because I'm priority target. It's because I'm
1,
the closest.
2,
You're also close.
3, 4, 5. Move. Murder.
It's not that the priority target takes precedence over all.
No,
it is that it is a
Correct.
tiebreaker.
It's a tiebreaker.
So I happen to be the closest. If there is a tie, which
There
potentially
was. You and Twitch were tied.
were we? I don't think we were.
She just moved 5 spaces.
Right.
And he's adjacent to both of you.
No. You're wrong.
Welcome to Twist Gaming.
All right, so he's going to move. Oh my goodness! I don't have 8 plus fate, so that's nice. Each hit does 4.
Oh.
Yep.
Ouch, skibibbles.
But he's only rolling 1 attack die, so that's good.
So I.
Have Twitch. Have Twitch roll for the monster.
It's not rolling for the monster. It's my evasion.
Yeah, you roll for your
Oh,
evasion.
That's right. I forgot.
All right, so I'm rolling for my evasion. It's an 8 plus. I've got 1 evasion because my skirt is amazing. And I rolled a 2.
Now you could spend a fate to re-roll that.
You could. You could gain
Or
a
gain
fate.
a fate.
I'm gonna gain a fate to reroll that.
But this is a good example of where you're risking with that fate, because if you had 8, that's a 5. That's still not an 8, and even with a 6.
All right. Okay, so I rolled a 5. That's not enough. So I'm going to take 4 danger. I was at 0 danger though, so
That's okay.
4 isn't that bad.
Matt, my skirt is amazing.
And so,
You're gonna get a trauma card now.
Yeah.
Is this level 2?
That's the level
and
2.
it says after trauma, gain a knockout card. What's that?
That's
Okay.
a status condition card.
Let's do the trauma first, and then you'll get
Okay. You're holding him like on a direct plane towards me, so
tip him down. Be disembowel.
I
Be
got-
disembowel.
counterattack. Perform pushback 2, and if in range, perform an immediate attack.
I hate that you guys are getting all the good cards. Okay, 1. How does this? Could
Oh,
you-
so they were asking why is it a level 2 trauma on your Titan sheet? It has a breakdown
Yes,
of
that's
which
excellent.
level trauma that you're going to take. Because I have 4 danger, I am going to go in the level 2 trauma. Is there a limit on fate rerolls? It's once per roll, but as you increase fate, you are going to get worse and worse things happening to you, right?
We did not figure out the mystery fail icon. I have no idea what that is.
All
But
right.
if you have an answer, we are totally open ears.
So my trauma is happening here before the knockout card.
Okay, but wait a second.
Yeah, before that.
Wait a second. We have a situation. So we have the trauma. Yeah, the trauma is being resolved. If you can see here, look, I'm gonna weather girl it again.
Yeah.
This I've moved back
1 space.
1 space, but now you can see that if I moved Hekaton back 1 space, if I move Hekaton back another space, it's gonna go into Josh,
And I'm going to go into the rubble.
and Josh is gonna go into the rubble.
So I'm going to take danger.
Okay. I don't care.
Don't you have to roll something?
No.
No.
It's just if the-
you automatically get one as a Titan. The Hecaton has to roll
2. How much does he go back?
2.
Okay.
And then
And then
because it's pushback, I go up. Oh,
With him.
this sucks. I don't get to use my I get to use my fists.
Yeah. Punchy.
Okay, so because I'm using my fists, I'm glad I put those two openings there. So I'm gonna roll 2 d10s, It's an immediate counterattack that I make?
Yep. Immediate attack.
Okay. So, I'm using my fists.
You wouldn't be able to do it anyway because your range is 4 through 6.
That's why. That's why I was saying it. But it's also exhausted as well.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I need to roll a 7+, but there's 2 openings, so I need to roll 5+. I rolled an 8 and a 5.
That's great.
2 hits.
So it's the first one, but then I do an additional red
You're going to roll
die.
2 red dice for your fist. So you're going to roll 3 total.
Gotcha. So I'm just leaving all these cards up here to accumulate. And then I am attacking his mighty fist. So I'm punching his fist with my fist. It's like out of an anime or something.
Dabbing?
That's not a dab.
Yeah, you give each other dabs.
Yeah, it's a dab.
Or I think it's called dabs, maybe. I don't
Trauma
know.
makes it look like pushback is independent of range, since it says if you're in range after pushback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to roll 2 here.
Okay.
I rolled 1.
But you have rerolls.
I do
because
have.
you get to use your Kratos table still.
That's correct.
Oh, and you should go up a rage.
Yes, so I'm going to go up a rage. So I'm at rage 5 now, which actually meant that I got 1 additional Kratos die.
All right, so go ahead and roll more red die.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
I can't see what I rolled.
Break and a potential.
Okay, so I got my 2, so I don't even need to use my reroll. So I wounded him. Pushback 1.
What? How does this result? Oh, you get displaced.
Yeah, just get displaced.
So pushback 1. Hecaton performs signature against the attacker. I don't think he gets displaced off the board, Anne.
That's a
That's
square.
still space.
Is that a space?
Yeah.
It's this space.
Oh. I assumed that was the edge. So, unfortunately, he is... no, we get the critical symbol. It's actually the failure symbol. One of the level 3 cards said +1 with the failure symbol, so I don't know quite what that means. So, yeah, we still have the knockdown from the first card to resolve. I'm assuming that this acts as an interrupt.
Yeah, this acts as a complete interrupt.
So then...
And actually, I think that... I need to check the rules, but I think that interrupt actually cancels out the rest of his attack.
Where?
So that after trauma wouldn't happen.
Why don't you look into that now while I'm doing this?
That's what I'm doing.
So then I have... He's going to do his signature attack to me, which is 2 d10s, and it's a 10+, which kind of stinks. It's an 8 and a 6. So I had 1 evasion, so that's 2 hits.
Yep.
So each one is going to do 1 danger. So I'm at 6 danger. And that means that I am going to draw a level 2 trauma card.
Okay. The trauma card you have out there should go back in this deck.
Okay. I hope I get the same one. Is that the AT symbol?
No, the AT symbol looks like a bug, but that was a good guess. The fail symbol actually looks like a cut.
Excuse me?
It's in the cut. In the grass like a snake.
So I got Fate's Glimpse,
But that was a good guess.
so gain 2 rage.
All right.
So I gain 2 rage,
So you're at 7 rage.
which means that... Does that affect what I could leave on the table now because my attack still wasn't over before I got it?
I don't think so.
When did you get the trauma?
So I got the rage right now. I got 2 additional rage at the end of my attack. Does that alter the
Why?
symbols that because the trauma I got was get 2 rage?
So, but your attack is separate from receiving a trauma, right?
It was part of the attack profile was he attacked me back and gave me rage.
I think that before you get attacked back, you would decide what to leave in the Kratos pool.
Okay, so I had 5, which means that I'm going to... I mean, I can't really push him back again, can I?
Well, yeah, because Josh would just get displaced, but
Yeah,
then
I'll
he's
get
just
off-
up
I'll
against
go
the...
off to the
Yeah,
side,
I'll
though.
push him back again because I think it's funny. So, and if you do that...
That's funny.
And then I'm going to leave... Can you watch the table there, Josh?
No.
Yes, you can. Can you fix that too? So then I've got... Do I want to leave openings or do I want to leave breaks? I'm going to leave breaks.
Why? Who's going next?
Really any of us. But it's a level 2 that's up next, and he's only got...
You haven't escalated. Did you escalate from your attack yet? I don't believe you have.
No, I have not.
So we don't know what's going up next.
Okay, so...
I don't see the bit about it interrupting with the knockdown, Josh.
Okay, so I'm escalating Mighty Fist, which is a level 1. So that's going to a level 2. And then that level 1 becomes a level 2. So, Anne, if you could shuffle these, please.
Sure.
Shuffle that. Shuffle dish.
If during
I'll shuffle
knockback
this.
you move through another Titan, nothing happens. If you end your knockback on another Titan space, displace 1.
Okay, so lucky for us, we've got a level 3 coming up next.
Yeah, it says right here that you
That's
ignore
the-
the rest of it.
That's the break chain rule.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have. That's breaking a chain, a cycle.
This is a chain.
Okay.
So I'm going to put 2 breaks in the pool. Boop, boop. And that negative you said doesn't happen to me from the Skull Crusher card.
Do you want to read the
don't
line?
gain the knockout.
So it says
Am?
an attack or a primordial attack always breaks the chain. That means that if an attack interrupts another attack, all lingering effects of the original attack that would take place afterwards are discarded.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, I think that's the end of my turn finally. Or the monster. That was the monster's turn. I was just kind
Yeah,
of
it's
trading
monster's turn.
blows with him. So it's now our turn.
He's got 1 health left.
What's on top of the deck?
Level 3. I think this is time for Twitch to shine.
I think so. We smashed it with a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for Twitch to shine.
Do they have any? They only have 1 damage.
There's no ums. They're doing it.
Danger.
Danger.
Okay. So time for them to beat it
Can
up.
you attack on the diagonal?
They don't have reach, so no.
So because it's not considered adjacent, so it's considered 1 space away. So you would need reach in order to do that.
I forgot that the monster was 4 squares big, and I thought that he was on the diagonal
Oh,
to the monster.
I see what you're saying. So where's Twitch's weapon?
Right here.
Oh, right next to me. So they are going to Leroy Jenkins. So they roll 1d10. So chat, please roll a d10. They get +1 accuracy. I didn't put any breaks in there. Sorry, guys. I mean, not any breaks, any openings. So you need to roll a 6+.
Oh.
50-50.
But they
And
can spend the fate.
They can take fate. They can gain fate. That's a 5.
It is a 5.
+1 is 6.
They need a 7.
They need a
so
7.
would you guys like to take
Gain
fate?
fate.
Yeah,
Fate.
fate. Okay. So let's redo that one then. So D10, 50-50 shot.
They can't reroll again for fate.
Correct. So fingers crossed, eyes crossed, toes crossed.
Yes!
That's
a perfect hit.
Perfect hit. So they can actually go for a critical here.
Yeah, they could go if they win. It would be a critical.
They are eligible for a critical. I'm going to get my critical
Eligible.
words up.
So they are attacking the 1 in 100. Okay. So it is a 5. They need to roll a black die, a red die, and they get +1.
Yep.
If you roll at least 1 natural, 10, or 0 during an attack roll, you gain a critical chance. That's not a critical wound yet, but you're on your way there. For a critical chance to become a critical wound, you must still beat the Primordial's AT field. When you do, you ignore all other responses on the body part card and go straight to critical. Enjoy!
So they rolled a blank on the red.
They do have a reroll.
They do have a reroll because their rage is what?
The rage is 3.
The rage is 3, so they have 1 free reroll there. So that's the time to spend your reroll on that red. Because they only
Reroll.
need 1.
Yep. They only need
Because
one
they
more.
have +1 from their weapon. They've got 2 breaks there, so that's 3. They've got 1 potential,
And even if the red comes up as a potential,
then they're good.
they're good because
Yeah.
they're the second break in the pool.
Correctamundo. And they did it.
Yay!
So that means that critical wound removed 1 face-up AI card from the deck, but it doesn't matter
Because he dead.
because he dead.
He dead!
And he's not just dead, but they double wounded him at the end.
Yeah.
So he's got
Yes.
negative health right now.
Can we, I know we're very in love with this icon showing up again on the bottom. I'm really excited to this. I just wanted to see if you could zoom in quick on the icon so that Twitch can see what that
No.
little fail icon is. Maybe you can't.
Yeah, that's a no.
Sorry.
It's a
'Kay.
hard no.
We smashed to Hades!
It's Hads. All right, so we did it, guys. High five all the way around.
Bam! Ew.
Yeah, more cool shit for Hecaton. All right. So what does that go from now, Josh?
Continue in the rulebook. Anne has one of your pages over here, though.
Yes.
That would be beneficial if I had that.
You know the page that I asked you why I had it?
Did you?
Yep, and you said, so in case we get to the next story?
Did you?
Why am I the only person involved in my conversations?
This isn't the one that I needed. Is it?
Look at the page number on the bottom.
6. How does it go from... Oh, okay, never mind.
This is fun.
That's there. 4 comes after. Aftermath. Victory! As the dust falls, you remain standing. The Hecaton does not. That was a hard-earned victory, but a victory nonetheless. For now, the Argo is safe and can continue on its journey, and you need some answers. As your souls slowly leave the Titan's body, you notice peculiar blades sticking from the Hecaton's sides. You haven't noticed them before. Be it the reason the monster was weaker than expected? To whom do they belong? Tutorial number 2, Gaining. You've defeated your first Primordial, but the game will only get tougher from here on out. Take the campaign sheet. You'll need it soon. The first thing to do is collect your newfound loot. Gain the Siren Teeth Knives. So what's the Siren Teeth Knives? You have to hold it like this when you hand it to someone. Your elbows tucked firmly into your side. All right, so the Siren Teeth, it is a 3 d10s to roll, plus 0 accuracy, and a red die. Opening 1, back away 1. So you get 1 free opening when you wound with this one. Or hit with this one, rather.
Or is that that is the same line that we used to put the break into the Kratos pool for the next turn, right?
Yes.
Yep. So we're going to leave an opening
in the pool.
In the pool.
Yeah, so that's a nice one. Whenever the game instructs you to gain something, you either just take it and store it in the common pool, if it's a physical component like a card, or note it on the corresponding sheet, if it does not have a corresponding component. Siren Teeth are a weapon card, so you just take it.
I like how I giggled when I read that the first time. I was like, you just take it. All right.
If
cool.
you lost any Titans, don't worry. Soon you'll get the chance to get more. However, losing a Titan is never a good thing. Losing 2 is worrisome. Losing 3 is borderline catastrophic. Be mindful of the number of Titans you have. They are your only defenses against the Primordials. If you have lost 0 Titans, you're awesome. Doesn't say that, but...
We're adding it for flavor.
I mean, we are. Alright, so then the crew take the peculiar blades below deck on a large cart pulled by a quartet of oxen. They will be carefully examined, for their material is tough and sharp and would serve well in the struggle against the Primordials. Gain 1 Siren Teeth card. Reset Triskelions.
Does these things.
Oh. Triskelions means lowering the values of danger, rage, and fate to 0. If you lost any Titans, you suck. No, noted on the campaign sheet.
If you lost 2...
Now go to paragraph in Odyssey Resumed on the next page.
You gonna start the video?
I was waiting for you to tell me it was ready.
Yeah, it's ready.
Okay, thank you.
You emerge from the pools of the Millennion deeply exhausted and confused. What was that thing? How did you take the forms of Titans? How did you know to take those forms? There are not enough answers on this world to satiate this thirst, says the old priest. But I will tell you what I know, and you can do with it what you please. Fair enough, says one of you. We call this ship the Argo, though we do not know its true name. It lay moored on the west coast of Kefalonia for many years, like a beached whale. Refugees and outcasts flocked to it, looking for shelter from the harsh reality of the post-eschaton Hellas. Adventurers and pirates were drawn to it by the promise of hidden treasures. Deserters and fugitives hid on it, adds the priest with a meaningful look on his face. We explored it. We chartered it. We learned some of its many secrets. We thought we were mastering it, but in truth, it was the ship that was training us. Unknowingly, we were becoming its crew. Your crew. Ours? You did not walk on board the Argo. You were found here in a sleepless sleep, explains the man. And when doom loomed, you awakened. And so did the Argo. Hecaton's attack. No, the priest interrupts you. He does not want any confusion on the matter. A much more terrible foe awaits thee. It pursued us on moth's wings across the great sea like the messenger Hermes himself. For now, we've evaded it, but at a most terrible cost. How so? You are not the first Argonauts to awaken from the sleep. nor the first to don the bodies of Titans. Your predecessors were not as fortunate as you. Do not sadden, O Argonauts. Their sacrifice made today's victory possible. We understand the Millennion a lot better now. In time, we will master it, and the Titans themselves. You call us Argonauts, yet we remember nothing, you say with great trepidation. I know that I know nothing, said a great man once. Make that your credo, and you will not be disappointed, says the old priest with a chuckle. Maybe the ship will reveal the truth to us, if we live long enough. There are more pressing matters at hand. He gestures to the colossal, poorly lit chamber you've just entered. You've been so engrossed in the conversation, you didn't even notice you've arrived at your destination. Another man is there, dark of skin, with a bushy beard and a hard, steel look in his eyes. The chief smith of the Aeolipoli engine room, Alcibiades. The ship's been steering itself this whole time, he says. We think it's looking for sustenance. Treremis need wind or the toil of man's muscles. This ship longs for a different fuel. A black fluid, the same that coursed through the veins of that monstrosity you've slain. If our understanding of these apparatuses is correct, we're running on empty. The Hecaton gave us a few days of voyage. A week tops, but that's that. There's supposed to be an island to the east, interjects the old priest. A ravenous sea empire made toothless by a youth and a ball of yarn. Even toothless wolves bite, says one of the Argonauts absent-mindedly. It's that or Poseidon's watery grave. Take your pick. That's hardly a choice, is it?
Hey, and we're back, guys. We don't really have a choice here, because who wants to go to a watery grave? Not I, said the mouse.
Davy Jones? Locker? Wrong. Kind of.
Wrong.
Maybe you want to go back to Atlantis.
Maybe I do.
To Atlanta?
I think
Yeah.
I'll be fine being from A-Town, you know, A-Town down.
Yes. So, where are we now?
Oh, you
I wasn't really following along with what I was supposed to be.
You were day 0 that we were just reading.
No, it's here. I'm here. With this, you've just started your Odyssey. Outside of battle, most of the gameplay takes place on the Voyage map. It's the beginning of day 0, and your goal is simple. Reach shore before your engines run cold. For now, perform the following actions. Take the campaign sheet. Place the starting map tile with the number 0 and a green back on the table.
So I think that's what Josh just did.
Let's do that over there. Poseidon's locker is
You
more
want
appropriate to this.
You could zoom in on that map.
You weren't saying anything in?
No, I was saying exactly what Josh decided to aggressively interrupt me to say.
All right. Place the Argo miniature on the starting map tile. Mark the box next to Day 0 tutorial on the timeline. Mark the box next to Day 0.
There's
Just make a checkbox next to 0.
Put Fearful Recollection T0004 on the timeline 3 hourglass from now. 3 days from now.
T0 what?
004. 3 zeros.
Like tooth?
Sure.
Tooth.
Gain 1 Bridge Tholos facility. See facilities. Tutorial number 3, Timeline. The timeline is the core of the campaign sheet and of the game itself. Here you will mark the passage of time measured in days, which is the hourglass, which in Aeon Trespass Odyssey serve as game rounds. As time passes by, things will happen of their own accord. The timeline starts with several events already on it, but as time goes by, you'll add your own. Time passes as the Argo moves around the map. It's simple. 1 Argo move equals 1 day equals 1 game round. Placing the Argo on the first tile is also considered moving the Argo, so mark the current mark the current day with a tick.
Okay.
Whenever you're instructed to put something on the timeline, X days from now, count X days from the current day's timeline box and write it in the box. For example, if you're instructed to put Fearful Recollection, T0004, 3 days from now, that means you need to write Fearsome Recollection, T0004.
You said fearsome and then fearful.
It's fearsome, sorry. Oh. No, the game actually, the rulebook says fearful for the first one and fearsome for the second one. So,
Fearsome? I'm putting question marks.
in the box for day 3. Tutorial 4, facilities and the map. And everyone together, on the map,
On the map,
on the map, on the map. Okay, enough of that. You've just got yourself your first Argo facility, the Bridge Tholos. The I in the upper, or I'm sorry, the 1 in the upper right corner signifies you'll get a better version soon. So can
Where is?
It's right in front of you.
put it on the main board?
Do you want to readjust the camera so that you can get a better view of this card?
I don't. So the 1 in the upper right-hand corner signifies that you'll get a better version soon, so don't get too attached. Bridge Tholos 1 allows you to move the Argo. A rules summary is provided on the facility card itself. So,
If you keep doing that, it'll magically jump up. If you use your words, I might choose to get up and get it for you.
I actually want to see it magically jump up now. So the breakdown there is sail and explore.
Put it in the thing so that I can see too.
Sail and explore. You may move to an adjacent tile. If it's unexplored, not on the table, find the corresponding tile and place it adjacent to the current tile. Then move the Argo and advance the timeline. So, I was worried I wasn't going to be able to see it there. Okay.
You're such a hot mess.
Choo-choo. You've also just placed the starting map tile and the Argo miniature. You're almost ready to set sail, or in this case, use the mysterious Eolipile engines. Normally, a map tile will allow you to move in several different directions. But for now, the Argo is stranded on the Great Sea, desperately looking for a place to refuel. Step 7. Move the Argo. The only directions you can go from here is east. This is depicted by an arrow accompanied by a tile number 001. You can only move in the directions provided by. And then there's a blank space. I'm assuming there's supposed to be a symbol there. I don't know. If the tile you're moving to isn't already on the table, you need to look up the tile with the corresponding number, 001, the number by the arrow, and place it face up adjacent to the current tile so that it aligns with the arrow.
There's no, like...
So I'm saying Eolipile because when we were on the Google last night and we typed in a pronunciation guide, because I had no idea how to say it, when I made the video, thought it was Aelipile.
Can you shift the...
Apparently the pronunciation is Eolipile. So, unless the pronunciation guide that I saw was just like a troll, which might be the case, so who knows. Then you simply move the Argo miniature to the new tile. Once you do it, advance the timeline by 1 day and tick its box. Move the Argo now, and continue with day 1 on the next page.
Choo-choo!
I don't think that's how a Steam Eolipile sounds.
That's the release of the Steam, obviously.
No, that's incorrect.
That's the choo-choo is the whistle.
It's... Okay, no, first of all, this is my ship. Don't tell me what noises
No,
my
it's
ship
Twitch's
makes.
ship.
No, yeah, we found this ship, and Twitch is the captain.
I was
so-
found on the ship.
Captain, oh captain.
Yeah.
You're moving the Argo back.
It's in reverse. You gotta go beep, beep, beep.
The front is the other end.
Oh, were you catching up to the joke from 5 minutes ago?
Oh, so wait. The front is
Is
the
it-
opposite of the backside?
Is that why the joke's funny?
All right, so...
I'm gonna hit him.
Day 1, you've just moved the Argo to another map tile. Backwards. This map tile has a T adventure symbol, indicating you'll be going on an adventure. See Adventure Hub symbols and nodes below. After that, you'll be able to move the Argo again. There's a T adventure symbol on your current map tile, so take the T location card and place it near the map.
I'm enjoying my throne of Hecaton.
So, tutorial from Humble Beginnings, and they've got some stuff there, so I will go over that.
I'm not a stowaway. I'm one with the ship.
This is your tutorial adventure hub. Each adventure hub has a corresponding adventure set in the storybook. Note, as an exception, the tutorial adventure is located at the end of the Learn to Play book. Each adventure hub also has a number of adventure nodes, which is depicted by some symbol that I'm not really sure.
The little icons in the bottom. So this one has 3 nodes.
Yeah, that's not the symbol that's in the thing here.
So,
Which is a fancy way of saying how many adventures it could offer. Place 1 adventure token on the tutorial location card and proceed to the Alpha Adventure Sea of Shipwrecks in the tutorial adventure set.
What is-
You can find it on page X.
it's in the back of the book.
What's the adventure token?
Bottom right of the container map.
Tutorial 5, Adventure Hubs, Symbols, and Nodes. After you enter a map tile with an adventure symbol, like T, you discover an adventure hub. An boat symbol indicates a random hub, which you would draw from the location deck, while specific symbols like the waves or a T indicate a specific hub. Each time you visit a map tile with a given symbol, you can go on an adventure from that hub. For more details, see the rulebook.
I like going on adventures.
Each time you embark on an adventure from a given hub, you'll place an adventure token on the card. Once the number of tokens equals the number of adventure nodes, the hub is depleted and its story is complete. Adventure nodes are encountered in a set order. Some of them, like the first node on the tutorial card, point you to a specific adventure, like Alpha, while others will show a die symbol, which means you'll roll to see which adventure awaits you.
Pause. We're going on a trip in our favorite Argo ship, blasting through the sky. Baby Argonauts. Okay, continue.
What's that from?
Baby Einsteins. Little Einsteins.
Why do you expect any of us to know
We're
that?
going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, blasting through the sky. Little Einsteins.
Typically, adventure hubs start and end with a specific adventure, while the intermediary adventures are random. And what are adventures? Well, around every corner of Aeon Trespass Odyssey, there is a story to be found and a story to be told. These are short choose-your-own-adventure type encounters that can lead to multiple outcomes. There are really no bad choices in Aeon Trespass Odyssey, or rather, all of them are bad in some way.
That's terrible.
It's for you to decide how to navigate the complex stories, what you can sacrifice, and what you want to gain. Tutorial 6, Adventures, Choices, and the Voyage Phase. Sea of Shipwrecks is the first of many adventures. Each adventure will introduce a mixture of story, world-building, choices, and tests. This one lets you choose between...
Is it pass-fail?
This one lets you choose between losing some hull integrity or a few sailors. As both your wall and people...
Your hull and your crew.
Okay, both your hull and your crew are at 5. You really don't know what your future holds. The choice is even and may fall to morals versus pragmatism. This choice will have secondary effects, though through the choice matrix. You have to mark A7 or A8, and a future adventure or event may fall back on one of these. Decisions. This adventure also gives you some needed loincloths for your titans. Only 2, though. And replenishes your titan stock, if it was thinned. This is a freebie. In the future, you'll have to work harder for new titans, so take good care of those. Finally, the adventure instructed you to return to the voyage phase. Oh, we're not there yet.
Yeah, so, in the back of the book, you should see the tutorial story.
Tutorial adventure set, Alpha, Sea of Shipwrecks.
You're kind of a shipwreck right now.
You wake up to the sound of alarm bells. A cold chill runs down your spine. Has the monster returned? But no. When you get back to the deck, the rest of your companions and the old priest are already there. Before the Argo lays a sea of shipwrecks. Mighty triremes broken in two or smashed into tiny unrecognizable pieces, just drifting.
Domain. So that way everybody can see your amazing hand gestures as you read the story.
No banners fly high, so it's impossible to discern to whom the small armada belonged to. The Argo can plow through this watery graveyard, go around it, or stop to look for survivors and supplies. What should we do? Asks one of the Argonauts. You are in command now, muses the old priest. But if it was me, I'd prepare the launches to look for anything useful. Prepare the launches!
Prepare the lunches!
What's for
Lunchables
lunch?
for all! Sandwiches!
Handwiches. We made a bunch of handwiches from...
Oh, handwiches.
Handwiches.
Okay.
Headwich subs.
Would you say that they're finger sandwiches?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, goodness. All right, so return Bridge Tholos 1 to the box and gain Bridge Tholos 2.
Had that for so long, right?
You get into the boats with your newfound crew and set for the wreckages. So Bridge Tholos 2 has the adventure section here, which is if there's an adventure symbol on the tile, consult the corresponding adventure card and go on an adventure.
Yay! Okay, so I can just throw this overboard now?
Yep, it's, we're completely done with it.
Throw it overboard!
For one day.
Decide on a party leader and give them the priority target token and continue.
Twitch.
No, that's
They're
rude.
the leader.
Yeah, but if anything is a priority
They're
target.
captain now.
They're captain now.
Okay, Twitch. I tried to fight for you.
It is as if something massive tore these ships asunder. Some of the larger war triremes show signs of precise piercing damage. What could punch through a bronze-plated hull and come out the other side? Perhaps there are really worse things than the Hecaton out there. The leader chooses! Josh, put up a poll.
What's the poll?
Option 1 or option 2? I'll discuss them in a second. I'll talk about them now, so just put option 1, option 2.
Did you write what shall we do?
What shall we do?
But wait, but was that you who
Yes.
used shall?
Yeah.
I like Twitch's. We shall bear this burden. This place is a so this is option 1. This place is a maze of shipwrecks. Foul things may lurk about. You decide it better to lead the Argo in closer, as it should scare off any predators. This turns out great for the crew. Not so much for the ship's hull. Lose 1 hull. Note story box A7.
What? Whatever it is, F that.
Option 2. These wrecks could still pose a threat to the Argo. It pains you to even think it, but the crew is replaceable. The ship is not. Consequently, many sailors fall prey to the mollusk sirens and sharks.
The mollusk sirens?
Singing clams.
But it's like a siren, so it's a sexy singing clam.
Sexy
Super
clam.
sexy glam.
I can't.
Is it a bearded clam? Lose 1 crew and note story box A6. So Twitch, it is your time to be interactive now and vote. Would you rather smash through the rubble with the hull and take 1 hull damage, or expend the expendable crew to those sexy clams?
It reminds me of that scene from Alice in Wonderland where they do the, what is it, the walrus and the oyster, or the walrus and the, darn it. And he eats all the baby oysters. It's really, really traumatizing.
Sexy singing clam? That sounds like one weird-ass Pokemon. Yeah, maybe. Hull versus person. Well, it
What if
looks
Hull
like
was a person?
it looks like we've got our priorities straight, and we're sacrificing people to those sexy clams.
Walrus and the carpenter. Thank you. Yes.
Excuse me? Fisherman. Why'd you say carpenter?
The walrus and the carpenter.
It says it's
The
walrus,
it's clams and a fisherman. But in Alice in Wonderland, I think it's the walrus and the carpenter.
Why would it be a carpenter?
He goes and he builds a house. Like there's a whole. Have you never seen Alice in Wonderland?
It's been a very long time.
There's a whole scene. Oh, we'll watch it later.
Really derailing this right now.
Right, so
Okay,
what box are we checking?
lose 1 crew and note story box A8, Anne.
Okay, hold on. 8. Go ahead. Choice matrix or story box? There's no story box. It's
the
all-
choice matrix.
Regardless of your choice, you gather enough raw materials to gain 2 sales Spolus cards. So we got skirts!
Kilts.
No, skirts.
Skirts.
All right, so
So Matt, if you go back over to the board cam.
I'm not done yet.
Alright.
On your way back, you make a startling discovery. In the cargo hold of one of the larger triremes, in large iron caskets,
Is it sexy
you
oyster?
find titans!
Ooh.
Weak, incapacitated, but alive!
Is my hump supposed to move to various places now?
The lovely lady lumps.
No.
Yeah. Replenish your titan stock to 4. Oh.
We're good.
Then return to the voyage phase. Go to page 7 and read tutorial number 6.
If we only are up to 4, does that mean we threw one of the good ones overboard?
No.
That's lame.
This adventure, I'm sorry, where are we at? Decisions. This adventure also gives you some needed loincloths for your titans. Only 2, though. And replenishes your titan stock if it was thinned. This is a freebie. In the future, you will have to work harder for new titans. So take good care of these. Finally, the adventure instructed you to return to the voyage phase. This is a ship-moving gameplay you already know, though it will be expanded as time goes on. The other phases of the game are the adventure phase, when you're on an adventure. So during the Sea of Shipwrecks, you had your first adventure phase!
Adventure!
The battle phase, you've played one of those already! And the advancement phase, soon! Simple? Simple!
Soon the camera.
Simple!
No, soon the camera. You're simple.
Swoon the camera?
Soon.
Soon? Oh, like say soon. Soon.
Oh, so lame.
Tutorial number 7, Hull and Crew. In Aeon Trespass Odyssey, Hull and Crew are what we call hit point resources. In other words, they behave like resources. You can collect them and trade them. But they are essentially the life force of the Argo. If either of these falls to 0, the campaign ends immediately with defeat. Take care of the ship and its crew.
Don't swoon. Do the vapors.
Swoons? Or did you say spoons?
Don't touch me. Spoons, like you play them on your knee?
Exactly. Tutorial 8, Obligatory Adventures. Remember, all adventures are obligatory. Whenever you enter a space with an adventure symbol, you need to go on an adventure.
I'm glad that we've relegated creative.
You've cleared your first adventure, the Sea of Shipwrecks, and there's not much more you can do on your current map tile. We suggest that you sail eastward and proceed to day 2 on the next page.
Chipper wants to know. Oh no, where did it go?
I would pay an extra $200 for a video rule book with a bat narrated it.
Hey, just
Is it Dragon Master says, did we trade a crew member for some sexy clams? Then we gave them to the sexy clams.
I mean, you guys could just reach out to us and we'll talk about some rule books or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, we are on day number dos.
Matt, please stay hydrated.
Yeah, I do need some water actually, but I don't have any. Day
That
2. Are we
sucks.
going into day 2 now?
Yeah.
Going into day 2. Another map tile. Another map tile. Another adventure symbol.
Board cam.
And you see the Argo's up on the top, and we're at 4 crew and 5 hull.
Five-ol?
Five.
Five.
Yes, like
Five-O
5 goes
goes
home.
west?
A west? Home.
I think it's 2 separate movies. This is the exact same symbol as the last one, so you don't draw a new adventure hub card, but continue with the one matching the symbol. There's already one.
Excuse me.
I prefer the ship moving backwards. This is the exact same symbol as the last one, so you don't draw a new adventure hub card, but continue with the one matching the symbol.
That's this
There's
one.
already one adventure token on the card, so place another token on it and go on the adventure associated with the second node.
Sexy node?
That node is numbered 1. Simply proceed to the 1 adventure. Vast Spaces! In the tutorial adventure set. You can find it on page X.
Can we get you 2 togas?
Yes. Tutorial number 9. Adventure tests, skills, and Triskelion gains.
We need another adventure token, I met.
That's not.
During an adventure, you may be asked to perform a test. To perform a test, take 1d10 die and roll against the target number, the number in parenthesis. If you roll equal or higher, you pass. If you roll lower, you fail.
What are we passing?
A test.
What's the.
It's going to happen in the next story.
A lot of tests will designate a skill you're using. If you have any bonuses to that skill, you may apply them to the roll. Currently, each Argonaut will have a small skill bonus to one of the skills. A lot of the effects will instruct you to gain either Alpha, Psi, or Omega. You're supposed to chime in what those are.
Greek letters.
Ashimmer said he saw that. Yeah.
Danger. Rage. Oh no, danger, fate, and rage.
Yeah. These are the 3 aspects of the Triskelion used during battle, and outside of it, see the rulebook for more details.
Oh, I'm too short.
You may have noticed that at the end of the tutorial battle, it says, Reset Triskelions.
Yes.
This means the Triskelions will reduce to 0, and you go forward with a clean slate.
Yeah.
Conversely, when you gain Triskelion stats between battles, those persist through the next battle.
That's rude.
In effect, you may start the next battle in a weaker or stronger state. Nothing else to do? You better move the Argo and proceed to day 3 on the next page. But first, we're doing the next story event.
Yep.
So, we are doing...
Wait, are you doing that because there's 2 icons in the adventure card now?
He was just reading the tutorial stuff on
Yeah,
the page.
so we are doing the second, which is represented by the number 1,
Okay.
which is going to be Vast Spaces!
That's because this goes alpha 1 omega?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we need to go to, as I said before, Vast
Are we
Spaces.
talking about the place between the ears? Your ears?
That one, Matt.
Vast, wide open spaces?
She's got huge tracts of land. Vast Spaces. Decide on a party leader.
Main.
And continue.
Man, I need buttons.
It's Twitch. Twitch is captain.
The Argo mystifies you, an iron ship that does not sink and sails on invisible winds. It is magic, the kind that Hephaestus might have conjured up in his forge. But the gods are long dead, and the grand forges of Olympus cold as Cocytos itself.
Cocytos?
What?
Cocytos?
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 What are you?
I don't know.
Cocytos?
No, I don't think that's how that's pronounced.
Cocytos. We'll say Cocytos.
Cocytos?
When you go below deck, you find vast spaces that could house a fleet of Terem, or even a city. Some of the sailors, along with Alcibiades, smiths, set up a makeshift ship, breaking yard. They took some of those shipwrecks you encountered yesterday and began reforging them into weapons. Giant weapons for the Titans. As you inspect the salvage, you learn that, unfortunately, you've also taken in stowaways. Rabid sirens, half-man,
Half oyster?
half mollusks, all hunger! Defend yourselves!
How do you have mollusk half man? Which half is half?
You know the Motor commercials for Geico where it's like, would you rather be?
I imagine it's a clam with like a half of the upper body and the inside.
Clam
Penis?
It's a
It's a clam centaur.
like the tongue that comes out. It's a dude. The clam opens up and he's just like, yeah.
But it's good because then when he wants to hide, he just closes it.
The sexy clams is new crew. The leader chooses. Josh, set up a poll, please.
Okay.
We have two options here. Option number 1. Every man for himself. Each Argonaut tests survival or endurance of 5 or greater. The leader notes selfish in the boons and afflictions selections of his sheet.
We don't have an. Okay, so this is it's the Argonaut sheet.
Option 2.
Wait. Oh, you're giving me options. Never
One
mind.
for all. The leader holds the creatures off while the rest scramble for safety and reinforcements. The leader gains 2 danger and notes selfless in the boons and affliction sections of their sheet. Regardless of your choice, the shipbreakers have something to show off for their efforts, and I will talk about the boons later.
I like how your whole attitude changed. Circegard.
I really
Solon.
wish we could have recruited these sexy man mollusks over to our...
Or what if it's just human legs with a mollusk top?
Well, assuming that it's the full lower half, maybe that's why it's sexy mollusks.
Maybe. It's
In
really
high
young.
heels and fishnet stockings.
Well,
Hello, my
half,
baby.
It's half men, half mollusks, so...
In sexy high heels and fishnet stockings.
With stuff flopping in the wind.
I mean, you could have ended there. I don't think that it's. Oh my god.
We will face the sexy clams alone. Oh.
We're mollusks. We're mollusks in tights.
We rob from the rich and give from the poor. That's right. La 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 la. Oh, it's a clam inverter. Are we ready to be champions? We are the champions.
So they're doing option 2. So what do they need to pass?
They actually don't need to pass anything. So the leader holds... it doesn't say that the leader holds off on anything.
Okay.
So
Read the option 2 decks again.
the option 2 was one for all. The leader holds off the creatures, while the rest scramble for safety and reinforcements. The leader gains 2 danger and notes selfless in the boons and afflictions section of their sheet.
Okay.
Regardless of the choice, we are going to gain 1 Shipwrecker Shield card.
Okay.
Is that what you have already, Josh?
Yes.
So we gain another one of those.
Yeah. We might reset all our gear depending on what we're doing anyway, so.
Thanks for spoiling it. I appreciate that. So we get another one of these Shipwrecker Shield
We
cards.
weren't supposed to have any gear to start with, so
Oh.
We
I was
also weren't
talking
supposed to
about-
fight a level 1 monster.
we'll see what happens next week if we get challenged again. And
Oh, that's true. Then return to the Voyage phase. Go to page 9 and read tutorial number 9 if you haven't done so already.
What does selfless do?
It doesn't say.
It's just a keyword right now.
It's a keyword for
Oh.
choose your own adventure.
Oh. Oh.
All right, so nothing else to do? You better move the Argo and proceed to day 3 on the next page.
That's the thing that we did on the thing. Toof.
No.
Yes. Oh, no. Day 3. What? Well, I guess it's the third day is day 2.
Yes, because it starts at day 0.
Okay, so this is day 3. Oh, we get choices.
This map tile is completely devoid of symbols to interact with.
Board
but
camp.
there's an event on the timeline called Fearful Recollection.
What is day 3?
You were instructed to put it there on day 0, and it's finally time to resolve it.
Well, we weren't sure if it was fearsome or fearful, but that's cool.
Tutorial 10, Things on the Timeline. The timeline may be pretty bare now, but soon enough it'll be chock full of things to do. It says choke full of things. Whenever
Almost
there's a
died.
story passage on the timeline, it's the first thing you should resolve after moving and ticking the timeline. Read Fearful Recollection, T0004 below. Fearful Recollection. You cannot...
Mate.
You cannot sleep at night. Something is worming its way inside your mind. At first you think it's the memory of the recent battle, but no, it's deeper, older. A recollection of your previous life. You expect to see loved ones or even hated enemies. Instead, it's only drab, wet walls, damp dirt, and a tiny skylight. Who are you? A random Argonaut gains the imprisonment Nemos card. Nemos.
Memories in Greek.
Nemos. Nemos.
Keep on saying it.
Nemos. And notes 1 something for it. What is this symbol here, Anne? Notes 1.
I don't know what the exact term is, but on these,
It's a node.
Okay.
which are on the sheets.
We need a random survivor. Matt, you want to have them roll a...
I'm going to have them pull a KDM color.
This is your
Okay.
this is your character sheet. This is your character sheet.
Well,
so
yes.
there's your Menenos. This is my pencil. I
green?
will cut you.
So green would be,
Green is Anne.
is it Anne?
Yep.
Oh, I get it. Okay. What am I doing?
You're getting this.
Is this... I look really sad. Do you want me to write it for you so that you can read it next week?
You've got imprisonment. So curse, dream, crime keywords, endurance 1, wisdom 1. When you have alpha 3+, so danger 3+, you may reduce knockbacks and pushbacks suffered by...
How many nodes you have? So you're going to start with 1 node.
Okay.
Oh, so that means you can reduce knockbacks and pushbacks by 1.
Yes.
Up to a maximum of 3. That's what it looks like.
No, you can up to whatever the maximum nodes is. That's just
Okay.
showing nodes there. Oh, wait. I think that's on the 3rd node you trigger that story event, maybe?
Maybe.
I believe so.
Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay, cool. And then...
I did a crime? Oh, there's this thing in the back.
So sorry. The way it was supposed to go. There's a thing here. Sorry. Nemos cards represent the subdued, forgotten, or repressed memories of the Argonauts' past lives. Each Nemos card has a bit of a backstory, vague enough to let you fill in the rest. Some skills add bonuses during tests, and a unique ability. Some abilities may influence the battle, others may be useful during the voyage or adventure phases. The Imprisonment Nemos card is particularly helpful against the Hecaton. What a lucky coincidence! The player who gained it should write it down on their Argonaut sheet and mark its first node. Nodes are experience points tied to that particular Nemos card. The more nodes you have, the better the ability. And when you reach the end of the node chain, you may initiate a breakthrough. Even question mark. I think that's event.
Yeah.
And subsequently learn more about your hero, unlock new abilities, Nemos cards, and more. How do you earn node points, you ask? You'll find out soon!
Ta-da.
So you want to make sure you write the keywords on there as well.
So, for the future,
I don't
there
just get
is
the card?
a random Argonaut designation here. Of sometimes the game will ask you for a random Argonaut. If that happens, each player rolls a d10, and the one with the lowest score is the random one. The map tile is as empty as the last one, but look, it offers you a choice. You can either move south or east. Choose and proceed to day 4. So we're going south or east? Oh, people can vote on this one.
So, here, Matt, you want to put that, because also I got Endurance 1.
Random question. Can you name your Argonaut? We have names, technically.
But you could name them whatever you have. Flip the card over. Did you flip?
There's a story.
Who can tell how long it's been? Dark and damp and cramped and lonely. The cell gave you no quarters, just a tiny crack in the wall. It was called Josh. For it was a butt crack!
Ah, it's terrifying.
The priest guy said land was east, right? Oh, yeah, he did say land was east.
That's a good thing.
That's actually a very good point there. So do you guys want to explore around more or head straight for land?
Explore. Oh, but that's Twitch's decision. Do you guys?
I mean, you're allowed
not
to
me.
influence their decision.
I say we should explore, but I'm a fan of, like, side quests for days.
Yep, definitely the Pleasure Palace with that tiny crack in the wall.
No.
The adjoining cell was actually owned by the Hecaton. He was very handsy.
That's what the crack was. We were slipping notes back and forth.
Yeah. Or it was the
Glory hole?
I was gonna say the man clams that were in the
This just got weird.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good. Great.
notes is what you call it.
I think you might be able to hold on to this.
I think it might be a one-time thing.
He told me to write it all down.
You should write it down
still
still.
write it down,
But...
but
All right, it looks like we're going east.
east.
Young man?
What number's on the east?
I don't know.
4.
Okay.
Right? Because, yeah.
Give this to Matt so Matt can show off the tile real quick. Because we're going to talk about some new icons on there.
You gotta
Alright.
get rid of the pole. You should keep him a face.
All right, so this tile here, there's some islands. This has the directional symbol with a story event on it, and then what's this, Josh?
That's the next tile. The next tile is 6.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
you're going to read the rulebook right now and tell us what those are
Doesn't-
on the next day.
That's a coliseum and some
On
hands.
day 4.
Look at all the symbols.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
So
There's a peril check, which is the I thought it was like a Chinese symbol, and a point of interest, which is the pantheon-looking thing, waiting for you. But first things first, there's an event on the timeline you need to resolve.
Shape of things to come.
Shape of things to come.
T0006.
Yes. There are fortifications on the small rocky islands, but they have been abandoned long ago. Strange for a seafaring empire to leave its flank exposed like that. Thankfully, not far from the ruins you find a tiny fishing village.
Is it Josh leaving his flank exposed?
The people there are more than eager to tell you what fate befell Crete. Take thee a shape of things to come doom card and place it below the map, 1A side up. Read it aloud, then return to the voyage phase.
I don't want a doom card.
Doom! Here you go. That goes back over there.
It doesn't. It goes here.
Are they fishing for clam people? Shape of things to come. All is not well on Crete. In the absence of Minos, dissent grows. The undermanned horned god struggles to keep the peace after years of oppressive rule. In dawn's grey mists, primordial silhouettes are seen cresting the mountain ranges, too far to be a threat, too close to be to completely dispel them from the mind. You start to notice strange geometric graffiti adorning the city walls and abandoning temples. You hear whispers of change coming from the east.
Is this going to be the cult of Cerberus?
Personality?
What?
Cerberus?
Rules. If any of the Argonauts become
Maze touched?
Maze touched, place one
Doom token.
Doom token here. Do this once. Each time you gain a Doom token or enter a space with a Doom symbol, place one Doom token on this card. When there are 4 or more Doom tokens on this card, flip the card to side B. Don't look at it. That's cheating.
Okay. Green.
Now you're ready to resolve all the symbols on the
green
map tile. The first one is a point of interest. There are scattered. These are scattered around Crete.
Which one is the point of interest
It's the
icon?
one that looks like the Parthenon.
Okay.
Points of interest are potential locations for great or terrible things to happen. However, they do not do anything on their own. Other cards and effects may interact with them, place tokens on them, and so on. Until that happens, though, they're dormant. This point of interest is dormant, so at the moment it won't have any effect. The second symbol is peril, and it indicates a peril check. This one is always active. Whenever you enter a map tile with a peril symbol, you need to draw a card from the peril deck. Some nasty things can happen. Thankfully for you, the tutorial peril deck consists of 4 uneventful cards, 3 clear skies, and 1 cloudy. And only 1 dog days card. Woo! Take these cards and shuffle them.
Of summer?
Then draw the top card and resolve it. This is the peril check. After making your peril check, you're ready to sail again. We've got clear skies. Nothing happens. It's a nice day out, guys.
It's so pretty.
It's nice. No doom!
Dog days of summer.
Tutorial number 2. Doom cards. Doom cards represent the encroachment of evil. As with all great villains, those populating Aeon Trespass Odyssey world don't sit idly by to see how events unfold. They try to actively shape them. This is represented by the mechanic of peril. Each time you enter a map tile with a maze icon,
Yep.
add 1 peril to this card. Is the maze the doom?
No, the different icons. Yeah, the base is the doom. Sorry. I thought you meant something else. Sorry.
Once the conditions of the card are met, flip it over and read side 1B. Time is precious commodity in ATO, so don't waste it. Note, there are other ways to gain Doom, so watch out.
Doom doesn't sound fun.
That was the end of day 4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Day 5. Start with the event on the timeline.
Scouts.
Then, okay.
We're gonna move first.
T0007. It just says start with the event on the timeline. Why would we move first?
You move and then you...
You first, and
yeah.
then you do the timeline.
Okay. So we moved into a space with another T on it.
Okay.
So we need another token. Adventure token, please and thank you.
Please and thank you
Are the magic words. Okay, so that means we get the new node for Omega.
Yes.
Oh, also, and there's a new icon on it. Here, you can look at the new icon.
The new icon is this stack of green, looks like dooms.
Looks like ABC blocks.
Dooms. All right, so start with the event on the timeline.
Okay. Scouts. Like Cub Scouts.
T0007.
Tool. Tool.
Toot. The moods on the ship are sour, as the priests need to enforce food and water rationing. Black ambrosia is not the only thing running low. Maybe the ship can reach the shores of the island, but if we don't find supplies soon, it may well be manned by a crew of corpses. As you ponder the consequences, a solitary squawk breaks the silence. Seagulls! Return Bridge Tholos 2 to the box and gain Bridge Tholos 3.
That's because they're coming after the man claims. Also, this is Davy Jones's Undead Army. I'm so excited about this.
Do you want to talk about
Oh,
what's
you-
new on that
yeah, I
card?
guess
or
so.
you just want to leave it on the table?
No, I just kind of wanted to leave it on the table.
So added here is resources. So when you enter a new tile, you may gather the indicated resource by rolling a red Kratos die. Store them here, and currently you may store 10 of each. Okay?
That's cool.
Okay, cool. Tutorial number 14. Consequences, Argo Fate, and Knowledge. Spoilers! Read this only after resolving the merchant ship adventure. Okay, so we're not there yet. So now we are going to the Omega adventure for the tutorial adventure set.
Wait, was that Scouts?
Yep, that was it for Scouts.
I was just
We
kidding.
got Bridge Tholos 3.
Okay.
So what is the Omega adventure on the tutorial?
It should be in the back of the book with the rest of the
Wow,
ones.
that was awful, Anne.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Sorry.
It should be where?
Where you read the other parts.
But do we have a name for it, or no?
It's tutorial.
Oh, okay, I see what
yeah,
you're saying.
Omega.
Gotcha. Merchant ship. Decide on a party leader and continue.
Twitch.
Yeah.
They're always the leader.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A solitary ship looms on the horizon. Bright sails and a slender bow. A bireme from Corinth. Or Byreme? I don't know. I'm going to say Byreme. A Byreme from Corinth. When they notice you, they turn around and flee.
Why? I'm not scary.
Is story marker A7 checked?
No. We have 8. Does it help you read like a pirate with one eye?
Yes. Abiram is no match for the Argo. Soon you catch up to them. Opulent outfits and statues to match the grandeur of their wealth. These merchants are sailing to Knossos to pay tribute to the almighty Minos. They want nothing to do with you. Twitch must now choose. Option 1 or option 2.
What is option 1? Shiny things?
Option 1. Confiscate their supplies! Yes! These merchants are wealthy enough and they won't miss a barrel or two. When push comes to shove, they'll float to Knossos on their bellies!
Rob them!
Or option 2. You're not pirates or thieves. Let them go, but ask for the maps of the local sea.
Rob them.
Rob them.
Rob them.
What shall we choose, Purplebeard? I'm surprised so many people are actually
Not robbing.
not robbing
Not
them.
asking. What? I like how Raider is not robbing.
Wow.
That's, I think, what? What? There's so.
Really?
What?
We're being the nice guys?
I just want to clarify for everybody.
Chat said they don't have bugs.
Okay. I want to clarify for everybody that 1 is robbing. So if you're voting 2 and you think it's robbing,
you're not
wanna
everyone's still voting. Okay, so go ahead and close it out then.
Oh.
We are not pirates nor thieves. We let them go, but ask for the maps of the local sea. You barter with the merchants for maps, but in the end, you have nothing valuable to trade. The merchants give you some useful advice, though. Gain 1 Argo knowledge.
So on the ship,
The Prelude campaign sheet?
where's his knowledge? Put a 1 there.
Argo knowledge here, put a 1.
Yep.
Marked story box A9.
Wait! I have a very important decision to make.
You don't.
We
have stuff going on right now.
We
so-
need a campaign name.
Okay, well, we're not there. Mark story box A9.
Dead.
Is story box A8 marked?
Yes.
Your men start to see a pattern. With you at the helm, they will always come second. Now you'd rather let them starve than take some supplies from those who probably cheated their way to wealth? Morale is low, and at night, many leave in smaller launches, taking their chances. Lose 1 crew and gain 1 stranger's card. Strangers in the night. Do 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 do. Are we not playing the Sexy Clams campaign?
Done. Extra done. Sexy. But okay, but is it sexy with a Y or is it like high school sexy with 4
Schmexy?
eyes?
Oh, I thought you say schmexy.
Schmexy. Sexy clams.
Well, shit, that's what I get.
For being nice. See what you get for being nice?
Too many new faces. There may be spies, or worse, aboard the Argo now.
This is not Papers, Please. I'm not checking who's coming on the ship. It's so wrong.
So what does this do?
What does it do?
Things will trigger on how many strangers we have in the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sexy with 3 eye, Clams with a Z
Done.
is about to enter the fanfic zone.
Okay. 3 eyes.
So we are returning to the Voyage phase.
There's the icon we didn't resolve yet. The resource icon?
the
is that
green
on
icon?
I'm
Okay.
not done
Sorry.
yet. Jesus.
He wants you to do it yesterday.
Oh, boy.
He hasn't got to hit anything in like 3 minutes.
Okay. So, you see that choices will have unforeseen consequences, sometimes staggeringly so. They may even form a domino pattern, like with Adventure 9. Just what just happened. A stranger's card represents foreign forces infiltrating the Argo. These may be spies, saboteurs, or just disgruntled crewmen, but the result is the same. Internal security has been compromised. Strangers don't do anything on their own, but they may trigger other events. So there is a symbol, half white, half black, of the fate.
Yes.
What is that symbol called?
That is the Argo fate. So our ship has fate itself.
So the Argo fate is the measurement of the collective anger of the gods, dead or otherwise, directed at the Argonauts. Some negative effects will be enhanced by a high Argo fate. When you reach the last space on this track, the Argo will be destroyed. In other words, game over. over.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sometimes you will gain Argo Fate, but other times you may raise it voluntarily. Like Fate on the Triskelion, Argo Fate may be used to re-roll a failed roll or test during an adventure. Once per an adventure. Or even prevent someone from dying. It's a double-edged sword, but one you will have to use to win. Argo Fate does not reset after battle, like regular Fate, but it is reduced. Adventurers are another opportunity to lower Argo Fate. Argo knowledge, on the other hand, is an abstract representation of the general world knowledge gained by the Argonauts. You don't spend it, but some technologies and events are dependent on you having a certain level of Argo knowledge. Tutorial number 16. Memory traits, nodes, and experience. You see the word crime and its symbol?
I have.
It's like a little dagger.
Yes. This is the memory trait. Almost all adventures from here on out will have these. This is your way to gain experience from your Nemos card. Look closely at the Imprisonment Nemos card.
Yeah.
It has 3 traits: curse, dream, and crime.
It does.
Whenever you're on an adventure and see a trait matching your Nemos card, you may claim these events. Remind you of something in your past. This allows you to gain a node of that memory.
Ooh.
Just remember, one trait only grants one node. In other words, only one Argonaut can benefit from a single trait. You need to talk it out amongst yourselves. If there is any disagreement, the leader, as always, has a deciding vote.
So did that story we have had one of those traits in it?
I don't know. It's when you're on an adventure, so is it there that it's...
I would think it would be in the text.
No. Oh, so we don't have T009, so we didn't get the Argo Fate.
Yeah.
So. Okay. After resolving the timeline event and going on an adventure, you're finally ready to gather some resources. This is as simple as pie!
Pie.
Take a red Kratos die and roll.
Is this day 6 now?
It's the end of day 5.
Okay.
Each, what's the slashy slash again?
Each
Break.
Break.
Each break counts as one resource of the type indicated in the lower right of the map tile.
All right, so we got one of those triple cubes. You write that on the sheet.
You would like me to write one of those triple cubes on the sheet?
Please. I'm assuming there's a column specifically pertaining to
In the
different
cargo?
resources.
The middle one?
Cool. There's circles, triangles, and barrels. Would you like to show me where the triple cubes are?
That right there. So that's triple
See,
cubes?
there's 3 cubes. Triple is another way of saying 3.
I hate you.
So-
1? Okay.
Yes, 1.
I'm done being argumentative now.
Sure.
Nope.
Gathering resources. There is more to the voyage phase than just sailing east. On the newest map tile, so we're going into day 6 here.
Yeah.
On the newest map tile, you'll notice a peculiar symbol. Oh, never mind. Stop. It's the one that we're on. A peculiar symbol. That is the mortal resource symbol. Mortal resources are things like food, wood, bronze, and stone, so materials easily obtainable for humans. Whenever you reveal a new map tile, you gain the resources on it. This is a one-time thing. If you want resources, you need to explore! The resource symbol shows a Kratos die symbol, which means you have to roll a die and see how many resources you get. Each break symbol counts as one resource. You're probably thinking, but what about potentials? Glad you asked! Soon you'll be able to use Argo Fate to turn those potentials into breaks. Tutorial 15. Resource types and arrows. There are 3 general types of resources in ATO.
Circles?
Mortal resources, representing the likes of food, wood, iron. Divine resources. It's like the swirly swirls.
Yeah, circles.
Representing items connected to the dead gods and and primordial resources, the triangles, tied to the primordials. For more details, see the rulebook. The directional arrows on the map tiles also hint at the resources you might find by going that way. Green arrow indicates mortal resources. Red arrow, primordial resources.
Ooh.
And a golden arrow, divine resources. In your immediate future, you'll use these resources to craft powerful weapons, armor, support items, and more.
Ridiculous.
Day 6.
How divine.
How far are we going, Josh?
Day 6 is the last day we're doing.
Okay.
So on the map tile we were just on, going east gives us, or it was red, so that's telling us that there's the divine stuff here.
How divine. And we're going to Knossos.
Primordial, you mean?
What?
Primordial
Yeah, that's what I
resources. Yes. We're going to Knossos. Yeah. Very good.
Hey, it's a city.
You finally arrived at the shores of Crete. The lights of Knossos will guide you to the port. The map tile has 2 symbols, a red primordial resource symbol and a maze-like symbol. Entering a tile with a maze-like symbol will force you to put a maze token on the Doom card, advancing the schemes of your enemies.
This doesn't make sense. It says 22 going this way, but it's 11
That's a
going out.
tutorial map, and it's going to go away after this. So we can go back offshore, and there'll be a new map piece there.
No.
So.
Doom token! I realized I have the tokens. There's Doom. Doom is this one here. There you go.
Going where? Green screen.
It goes on the Doom tracker. Yes. In that area. What's it called?
Shape of things to come.
The shape of things to come. Yes.
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 Doom!
Lovely. It advances the schemes of your enemies, but that will happen after you resolve the timeline events. Sorry. Remember, you resolve timeline events first. You'll find a complete round sequence breakdown in the rulebook. So head on over to the storybook to paragraph 0001 and let the truth of the labyrinth circle unfold.
So it begins. What are you doing? Why is there rustling?
So it begins. The Argo cuts through the evening waves as the sun sets behind the hunched silhouettes of Knossos, the Horned City. With great trepidation, the crew watches the shoreline for any signs of danger. Has the kingdom of Minos fallen, or has the calamity passed by the ancient metropolis, leaving it unscathed? When darkness finally comes, you hear a collective sigh of relief as the city lights up with the calming glow of oil lamps. But only a few. The fires of Knossos... excuse me.
How is only a few oil lamps like...
The fires of Knossos burned high and bright all year round in remembrance, says the old priest who tended to you after your rude awakening. For its king, great Minos of Crete, could not bear the passing of his favorite son, Androgeos, this city of embers that now lies before us. It is not a safe haven, agrees Alcibiades. We should not stop here. I didn't realize it was Alcibiades. He's got a real deep voice. But there are many mouths to feed on the Grand Argo, and the hold is all but empty. The engineers say the Eopoli engines will run cold without ambrosia to sate them and replace parts only the great Daedalus vault may contain. And the Titans are becoming restless, not having set foot on dry land for many a days now. After some debate, you decide to send a landing party ashore to meet with the Minoans, a few envoys, and an armed escort. Choose a party leader and continue.
Twitch!
Nobody comes to meet your party at the pier,
That's rude.
even though Argo's searchlights announce your arrival. A worrying sign, this. You make your way into the silent half-lit city. The streets are empty, but maintained, paved with ornate cobblestones, lined with statues of the gods, and the great Minotaur. Here and there you get glimpses of movement. Knossos is far from abandoned. It is fear that subdues the metropolis.
Can we murder them all?
On your way to the palace, you may take interest in one of the following. The party leader chooses.
Okay, party leader, what are we taking interest in?
Option 1. A mixed group of kids and teens, their faces covered in strange tattoos of fine geometric lines. Or an old blind woman crawling on all fours looking for something and mumbling to herself to the amusement of a few gaping onlookers. Thanks, Eberron.
Subway 500 bonus 50 Doom Man. Doom.
Oh yeah.
Chat saying she lost the contact.
You want to put the poll up?
Yeah, and you can keep reading because this doesn't get resolved till later.
What?
Oh.
It just says make a note, and we'll have to
Yeah,
make
it says
a note.
note passage 0047. Anne.
It depends on there's a different note for each
it
one.
depends on each one.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll just go back once they figure it out.
All right. You have no time for distractions, though, so you hurriedly pass the curious gathering and head straight for the palace. There the horned guards stand watch. Ah, so there is some semblance of order in this city after all, you think.
We're so snooty.
And after introducing yourselves, ask for an audience with King Minos. You cannot see their faces underneath the elaborate helms, but as they turn to each other, you imagine them exchanging meaningful glances. One of them enters the palace, but the rest remains silent. As time passes and more guards converge on the gate, you become uneasy. You are outnumbered, and you chose, maybe poorly, to not take the Titans with you. The party leader tests wisdom 6+.
Do they get a plus?
What's
They have
their
a
stat?
plus wisdom.
Do they have a plus wisdom? Mm-hmm. Hey, they sure do. It's a good thing we chose them as a party leader. So they need to roll a d10. They are going to add 1 to that roll.
So then it's 5+.
Yeah. That's a 9. That is a success.
They're so smart.
One of your company tells a joke.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Banana.
That's. That's. It just. Don't.
Did you hear about the half-man, half-bull that led people around on adventures? He was a Minotaur guide. Okay, that's everyone left.
No, I don't want to try that again. I made them
Oh,
laugh.
I'm sorry.
You want to
Wait, hold
try
on,
it
hold on.
again?
No. Actually, that was correct. One of your company tells a joke. Not a good one, mind you. Somebody laughs nervously. Nonetheless, the tension that was building up deflates, and blades remain sheathed. They do not see your metal, and you theirs. Mark 0404, actually. Just make a note of 04. I don't know. Oh, I think it's... Is that
Oh,
Mark?
the letter 04?
Yes,
Oh,
04.
okay.
Suddenly the gate opens with a creak, and a slender woman emerges with a torch in her hand. She gives you and the guards a fleeting look, as if this was what she was expecting. I am Atheria, daughter of Minos, she tells you in a soft, soothing voice. She's got a, soft, soothing. I am Atheria, daughter of Minos.
That's a little unnerving.
She tells you in a soft, soothing voice. Follow me. There is much to discuss.
She's Snake?
Yes. Uneasy you do as she says.
Sneak.
She leads you through the meandering hallways of the palace, maybe mirroring the corridors of the labeled labyrinth itself, to the empty throne room, a large chamber with an open balcony overlooking the city. I think this is her talking. I saw you enter the bay, that marvelous ship of yours. Its design seems familiar,
She's a British snake.
and yet quite alien. She stops by a large spyglass mounted on a brass base and leans on it. I saw Titans serve you, as if they were Nubian slaves. You must have come from far away and have stories to tell. She sighs. But I have not brought you here for idle chit-chat, she adds as she moves back into the chamber. For you see, in everything there is a purpose.
Matt.
And I had a need, and here you are.
I think she's part sexy clam. That voice. Watch out, she cannot learn Josh's Spooter band. Spooter clam.
Nubian slaves? Oh, we have those at the Pleasure Palace.
No. No.
We would kindly ask for an audience with your father, the king. You managed to interject. Exquisitely, as it is Minos who I would like you to find. The king has not been seen for many months now. Some say he went into exile.
She murdered him.
Others that he died at the labyrinth. But I know that is not so.
Because I murdered him.
The
in his
horned
sleep.
guard are a bleak
In the
shadow of
garden.
their former selves, as you might have already noticed. And I cannot spare a single one to search, lest the city fall. Fall to what? You ask quietly. A dark fog has engulfed the world. There are crazed men and monstrous things out there. Minos took 7 boys and 7 girls every 9 years to appease the Minotaur, and they called him a ruthless tyrant. Now the darkness beckons endlessly and does not care who it takes, just that it takes them by the dozens.
Look at your whole face.
That sounds like Mrs. Doubtfire.
She turns to you with a determined look on her sorrow-stricken face. Find him, and you will be rewarded beyond imagining. The kingdom of Minos may be diminished, but its treasures are yours for the taking.
I don't want to hear about the treasures you're offering up, lady.
We come here for supplies and daedalus inventions, you say slowly, contemplating her offer. I will send some right away, a taste of our gratitude. Even in absence, Minos will welcome you like equals. Now what of my plea?
Isn't that a line from Game of Thrones?
After
can
the
imagine quite a
unconditional
lot.
show of hospitality, you cannot refuse. You need the supplies and spare parts for the ship, and you are going to look for answers anyways. Maybe Minos, one of the most powerful men in all of Hellas, will know more of what has befallen the world.
Ever.
Keep thy clam in thy skirt, lady.
Oh my god, it is. That's what I thought.
I am glad to hear there are still brave good men in this world, she says, smiling ever slightly. Please, take my sister Aspasia with you. She knows the land and she can be your guide. The party leader chooses! So, Josh, go ahead and close out that one. And, Anne, can you please note passage 0047? Just write it down. So, option 1. There's 2 choices here. So, option 1. You are unfamiliar with the lay of the land and the surrounding waters. It may be a good idea to have a local of the ruling family, no less, as a member of your crew. Mark A1 and take the Minoan guide card. Or 2. The Argo is a powerful and deadly vessel, hiding an even deadlier secret. The Titan Stoa. It would have been unwise to let an outsider aboard, much less a representative of an imperialistic kingdom like Crete. So, do we take, what's her name again? What did I say her name was?
Who?
Aspasia. Do we take Aspasia
Spaz
with us?
out.
With us, or what else? What's the second option?
No. Go away. We've got stuff on board that we don't want you to see.
Our sexy clams.
Apparently, we don't want her to find out about the Titan Stoa.
Isn't that like a plant reproductive part?
That's the stamen.
Sorry.
So, we don't have the Titan Stoa active right now, right?
I don't know what a Titan Stoa is.
That's the name of the Titan, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's the location of how we make Titans, which we haven't quite unlocked yet.
Oh, I don't know. So it looks like option 1. So we are going to take Aspasia with us because I guess chat wants to hear me read more lady voice.
We also have the Stranger's card, which makes me a little nervous.
All right.
Oh,
Mark A1 and take
Here.
the Minoan guide card.
hey, how about that? Note A1?
Yes.
Done.
The Princess of Knossos will advise you on your journey.
Okay.
Did we get bingo yet, Ann?
No, but I'm working on it. You can't. It gets too bright to see.
Very well. I will keep your crew fed and your ship running. You, in turn... Oh, no, this is back to the lady.
No, please continue that.
Sorry. I had to clear my throat. I'm sorry. Very well. I will keep your crew fed and your ship running.
The place where the Titans are hidden.
You, in turn, will inform me of your progress. If you return our dear father to us, you will have your first pick from the Daedalus Vault. You leave the palace at the break of dawn, deep in thought, when one of the nobles drawn here by the news of your arrival comes to you and says, "You look familiar."
Because
What?
Yenta?
Yeah, I don't know. What voice would you like me to
No,
do?
it's good. I'm liking the Yenta.
You look familiar. You have my grandpa's eyes and my grandma's nose. You are of Crete, surely.
Oh, you are a Yenta.
The least likely member of your party gains the Minoan Heritage Nemos card.
The
So,
least likely?
It's another random roll.
So it's another random roll, but it's not you, Ann. Because you already have a...
You can't have multiple?
It's whoever has the least. The least likely is whoever has the least amount.
Oh, okay. So Twitch is going to roll a d10, I'm going to roll a d10, Josh is going to roll a d10, and whoever gets the lowest
Can I
is
have a
going
D10
to
in?
get that heritage. So I rolled a 7.
Roll the 5.
So it's either Josh or Twitch. 9. It's
All
you,
right,
Josh.
So what is it?
You have received the Minoan Heritage Nemos card.
What was the description for Minoan heritage?
You've got their grandpa's eyes and their grandma's nose.
So he's Jewish.
I am Jewish.
It's fitting.
Read this here. Everywhere you look, familiarity. Your roots are buried under the Shattered Island, or the Shattered Island is burying into you.
What?
I don't know. Minoan Heritage, Fate, and Voyage. Wisdom 1. Once per map tile, gain 2 Fate to re-roll the resource die. That's neat.
I like the picture.
You look like a bull.
Because he's bullheaded.
This is so appropriate for you, Joshy. There you go.
Bad joke aside, at least there's a bright side. Minotaur hat. Yeah, Minotaur hat. So now we are going to see the passage that we noted earlier. So that was 0047.
Yes, so now I can erase this.
0047.
Yes!
Yes.
Why, yes.
Wisdom +1 if it comes down to it.
The image of the blind woman is etched into your memory, filling you with a sense of both hope and dread. Feeling the maddening pull of the moray, you decide to remain in the Horn City, and against your better judgment, look for the wretch. As the sun rises and people flock to the streets, Knossos begins to resemble the fabled metropolis it was supposed to be. But even then, there is something amiss. Gilded statues of the gods and the Minotaur watch silently as you navigate the complicated web of streets and alleyways. Because we have the Minoan guide with us, she grows restless and suggests you abandon the fruitless search.
Why? What don't you want me to find out?
My sister asked me to aid you in all things, and so I will. But this time could be better spent. There is a man here that claims he has one of Daedalus' lost heirlooms. The Horned God could not persuade him to hand it over. Maybe you will.
The party leader chooses! Do you listen to the guide's advice? Silence, wench, you work for us. I've actually been to the ruins of the Palace of Knossos. Really, really cool. Actually,
That is cool.
Yeah.
I really would love to go. To do
So,
it.
are we listening to the guide?
Was your alternate shove off?
Screw off.
I gave you. Good.
What would you like to do here, Anne?
I want to go to Greece and to Italy, specifically Rome, and check out. I
Greece
really,
and Italy are two very different places, right?
Yes. I want to
Okay.
do like a whole month tour of that area.
Okay. Just wasn't sure if you knew they were two separate places, because I want to go to Greece, Italy.
I say Greece and Italy. I want to see Vesuvius.
That's in Japan.
Vesuvius is not Japan.
This is our closest pole yet.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
This is when the subscriber counts are really going to count.
Yeah, absolutely. So while you guys are doing that, Anne brought up the subscriber counts. I have to shameless plug a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime, which means you get one free sub every month, which means you get a free chance to get some extra goodies for our sub. As a reminder, you get more entries into giveaways if you're a subscriber, and we are doing a giveaway at the end of tonight's stream.
Yes.
So that's a chance for you to get some more goodies there. And it is September, too, so new subs actually come at a discount. Or you give me a look.
Nude subs?
Yes, nude subs. Only if you're a
Clam.
Clam man. Man clam.
New subs are also half off this month. Only $2.50 US.
About $2.50. It's $1 less than the Loch Ness Monster asked for.
Sexy clam subs for the sexy clam campaign.
All right, so it looks like we're choosing option 1, I'm sorry. So we're going to listen. So we are going to go to number 20. I need
We
story
need a
about
bad clam emote.
20.
20?
Josh, can you work on getting us a
How-
man clam email?
How do the you mentioned the giveaways, and I'd like to know how the giveaways work on the show.
We'll talk about that later. For now, you follow your guide to a lonely house on the outskirts of Knossos. It's a peculiar building, long and squat with small rectangular windows, now closed shut, and many pipes wreathing around it, like metal snakes, or heads of the dreaded Metallohydra. Apparently there's a metal hunter. That's cool.
Can we get rid of that one?
In fact, the whole house is made of bronze. You ask about it.
That house
Why
made of
is the
bronze?
house all made of bronze?
The locals say... Oh, I'm sorry.
The locals say the man is of the bronze people.
I mean, they
She offers casually.
just all.
The bronze people, the warrior race that came before us, only to be wiped from the face of Hellas for their insolence by Zeus himself.
Not very good warriors, are they?
But they also say Crete crests the back of a giant turtle. People like to talk.
Checks out.
Gain the bronze people card. It's actually George Hamilton and all of his descendants.
Did they use a lot of bronzer?
That was kind of my joke, so. Oh, this is super descriptive. Those who came before.
Not after.
LOL, what a ditz. You knock on the door and enter. That's rude. You don't wait for an answer.
No,
Nope.
that's like when we
Knock,
come over
knock,
to Josh's
come it
house and you bang on the doorbell 800 times.
There's a great fireplace in the back of the room. You momentarily start to sweat. A man comes to you, short of height but broad of shoulder,
He's Italian.
with a great copper mane and a pointy, oiled beard to match. His skin is tanned and his eyes burn with a fierce defiance, even though the wrinkles around them betray his old age.
Because we just barged into his
You
house.
explain your mission and ask about the artifact. The man reveals the blade, a weird fin-like sword made of an unknown metal. I don't know what voice does this guy have.
He's a Gweed. He's short and squat with a greasy beard. He's a Gweed.
I don't want anything to do with this.
Oh, God.
So, with the servants of the bull, he proclaims, pointing the edge towards your guide, you better leave while you still can.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. One of you tests Wisdom 6 plus.
Chat.
Or I could.
More fun if chat.
I got a
does.
wisdom now.
I got a wisdom.
So do
I got
I.
a wisdom. I got a wisdom.
You fancy.
I am fancy. I also have will and endurance
What about Grace?
all up in this place.
They rolled a 4, so that is a 5. So that is a failure.
Oh no.
Story event 49.
Oh no.
We could use a ship fate to re-roll that.
We could gain a ship fate?
Yep.
Do you want to do that?
I feel like we should.
It's up to chat.
Chat, would you like to re-roll? Where did I do a story 49?
I have it
Oh.
here.
I like how the fate on the ship is 1 through 9 and then dead. Sure, yeah. Okay.
My vote is let it fail.
Ooh, 2 to 1. Anybody else?
Yes.
3 to
okay.
1.
So we're going to spend our fate. So, and please note one additional Argo fate.
Done?
Didn't you?
Just put an X.
Where's oh.
Oh, they rolled a 3. So they fail still.
Okay. So story event 43, so I think
49.
49.
I thought you said.
Yep.
Let me just double check that really quickly. So what did I have before? That was, oh, I lost where was that? Oh no. Where?
Did you give the paper back to Josh?
49.
No.
The man becomes violent. You don't want to harm him, but he draws on you. The air crackles with vril electricity, and you have no other choice but to defend yourself. The fabled blade is powerful, but brittle, and it shatters on contact with your Argosiphos. The discharge burns your arm, but the man is less fortunate. Your blade cuts him down swiftly. You don't know how this happened. It must have been pure instinct. You gain the blood on your hands Nemos card.
That's Twitch.
Note bronze tech remains under the boon section of your Argonaut sheet.
Okay. Argonaut sheet is the campaign sheet?
The boon section of your Argonaut sheet.
Oh, Argonaut sheet. Hold on. So this is all for Twitch?
Yes.
So the boon they get is bronze?
Bronze tech remains.
Is it bonus, penalty, name?
It just says boon.
Okay. what I'm saying is, okay, so here's the box. It says conditions, boons, and afflictions. And then there's
Yeah,
two
just-
columns.
just
One
write the
says
description.
name, and then the other one says bonus or penalty.
Okay, just make a note of the name Bronze Tech remains. Read the cert. I'm sorry. The blood on your hands Nemos card.
Got it.
To the sky, drawn us a look, a word, a misunderstanding, and a mistake. You can't wash it off.
Good job.
Blood on your hands.
Which?
Deed, crime, tragedy. Survival 1. Gain the priority target token when your rage is equal or higher.
Okay. So if someone has 2 rage, and you go up to 2 rage, and that's the highest.
You take it from them.
now.
Yeah. Read the Search for Minos story card and proceed to the Odyssey.
That really is
Voyage
the most
phase.
terrible Disney.
What's the Search for Minos story card? As Argo leaves the Knossos port, you look to the Horn City one last time. Not many have come to see you off, but the glint from the palace confirms your suspicions. Spying eyes are set on you. The Cretans delivered fuel and supplies as promised, enough to subsist, but only just. Is it all they could spare, or a fine leash? Either way, you should stick to the coast. Without much to go on, you fall back on the basics. Scout the island, question the locals. Rules. If you have the Minoan Guide story condition card, we do, place 1 rolling pin token here.
Scroll token.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Each time you gain a scroll token or see a scroll symbol, place 1 scroll token on this card. When there are 5 or more scroll tokens on this card, flip it to side 1B. And that's going to end the stream tonight, right?
There's still some stuff on the page 6 back in the rulebook after you finish the story.
Page 6.
Day 6 in the roll in the.
Okay. I'm working on it, dear.
Do we select a node for this?
Yeah, you said no.
You get 1 node when you get.
I don't know where it is. Do papers everywhere. I'm looking for the paper. Here it is.
Blood.
Tutorial mode. Let's see. Gotcha. Your timeline can get quickly crowded. There are 3 types of things that can end up on your timeline. Battles, which are written in bold, advancements like production, research, and acquiring new titans, and events. General rule is everything that is not a battle or an advancement is an event. Battle happens in the battle phase, advancements happen in the advancement phase, and events happen in the voyage phase. In other words, read story first, then go battle, then go manage the Argo. Tutorial 18, story cards. Story cards are the mirror opposite of Doom cards. They are your overall quest, if you will. The most important and urgent one. They inform you of the progress you've made in the main storyline. The first story card is aptly named The Search for Minos. It's a simple task, so the way to achieve it is also simple. You need to collect progress scroll tokens. Each time you reveal a new scroll symbol, place 1 token on this card. When you reach the threshold, flip the card and read the new fluff and rules text.
New what?
Fluff.
Fluff.
And rules text. Note, adventures are another good way of gaining scrolls. So then there's Open Seas.
Yes.
You know the mission and you know the stakes. Though you still don't fully understand the situation on the island, you owe it to your crew to pursue the princess's quarry. This marks the end of the strict tutorial. There are still lessons to be had, but you know enough to freely explore Crete. Look for scroll symbols to further your quest. Beware of doom symbols, as gaining too much can spell, well, your doom. Go on adventures to gain unique rewards and develop your characters, and gather resources to create new weapons and gear in a brand new Grand Agora. You'll get it as soon as you finish with your next battle.
Okay.
Remember, 1 Doom token for the symbol on your current map tile and to gather resources. Then return map tiles 000 through 006 to the box and leave only the current tile, Knossos 022. From now on, you can go anywhere! Thank you for joining us
There's
this
still
evening.
more on the back of that
I
sheet.
hate you so much.
And we have to roll for the resource on that location.
You're the worst guy ever.
Go anywhere for love.
Tutorial 13, gathering resources. No, that was the
Oh,
last one.
that was that. Was that the end of day 6 then?
Yes, that was the end of day 6.
Okay, so we need to roll a Kratos die for the resources.
What are the resources?
It's the primordial resources.
What color is the Kratos die?
Red. It's always red.
Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because it's a symbol
It says it on the sheet that you roll a red die in our bridge
for that one.
for all of them.
It could be potential other ones. Could update later.
So good.
You get one primordial resource.
That's the triangles.
Yep. That's it now.
Thank you all for joining us this evening. This is going to conclude tonight's presentation of Twitch Plays Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Please join us next week for our continuation on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But in the meantime, join us for all of our future streams. On Monday next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got our continuation of Twitch Plays...
Madara,
Thank you.
Unintentional Malum.
Act 1 by Scubby Bus.
Succubus Publishing.
Where what happened last time, Joshua?
We blew up some cavesicles
Yes.
and fought a whopper.
Join us for
giant
more
burger.
stuff later. Next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, if you enjoy Aeon Trespass Odyssey and you want more cooperative fun, we will be starting Season 8 of Twitch Plays Kingdom Death, where you guys will control one of the characters and roll dice along with us as we try to win, maybe? I don't know.
Stick around, because we are doing a giveaway.
Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and chat with us in our Discord channel where...
Sometimes we investigate ancient Greek stuff.
If you've got Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime, which means you get one free sub every month, and we would love it if you use it on us. All bits, tips, cheers, and subscriptions go directly back into funding the stream and getting us new and better equipment.
And Doom!
Doom! For those of you watching on video on demand, please join us live for your opportunity to win all of the fine giveaways we do here at Twist Gaming.
But if you cannot join us live, you can still interact with the show because we put up many polls, questions, things, choices, options on all of our social media channels.
And you can catch up on our videos on demand on YouTube, and all you have to do is bing, bang, and boom! Hit that subscribe button! But signing off for now, this is Twist Gaming. I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
Josh.
Have a good night, all!
Good night.